And welcome back to MD Global Muscle here at the On the Rise Media Studio with me, your host Charles Thomas. I'm joined all the way from Tampa, Florida. Tampa, yes, Ron Harris.
Morning, guys, or afternoon for you.
Good morning, Ronald. How are you, mate?
Doing great. I didn't go out late any of these nights. I got plenty of sleep this weekend. Can't complain.
So, is there a muscle vodka party today, or?
There is 12 o'clock at the pool, from 12 to 3. So I'm gonna have to have all my fun in 3 hours.
Cool. So obviously you're in your hotel room after the Tampa show. Is it the same place where it was in 2017? It's moved, isn't it?
It's always at one of two hotels. Let's see. Do you remember? Was there a pool right outside the lobby where the hotel you remember?
Yeah. The reason I'm saying it is because I've seen some photo shoots of some of the competitors. It's on that decking. You know?
Yeah. So that's the same hotel. So that's the one you remember.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
20,
yeah.
Yeah,
you were there in 2017, I believe.
Yeah.
The first year I covered it,
mm-hmm.
And I, ironically, it came up in my Facebook memories. The bikini winner was Elise Pacini.
Oh wow!
At that show, and I mean that was 4 years ago. I certainly had no idea who she was. She's probably like 20 years old at the time, I'm guessing. She looks very young.
So,
but yeah, isn't it fun?
Do you remember who won the Open and the 212 go?
Open, I remember, was Josh Lenardowitz.
Correct.
212 was Derek Lunsford because he had just won the USA the week before, yeah.
It was. I mean, God, have you seen the recent video, the guest posing from yesterday of Derek Lunsford yet?
No, but I've been following him, and he's looking enormous. I don't know. He's got to be like 240 in shape right now.
His glutes are shredded now.
And what does he weigh, like 230, 240?
I would love to stick him on some weighing scales.
Wow. I mean, good. He's going to make 212 somehow, some way, but... Yeah, he's a big 212. Very big.
Do you think he'll lose that impressiveness? Because I don't know. I think he might. I don't want to see all these gains and then him completely lose it when he tries to get down to 212, you know?
I mean, how can he? It's inevitable that if you look that good and you're 20, 30 pounds over the weight. I mean, Flex Lewis, he lost something. We saw that the last few years he won the 212 Olympia. He would be looking freakish at 225 3 weeks out. Mm-hmm. And so round and full and shredded, and then he always had to flatten out to make 212. I mean, I hope that's not the case with Derek. I mean, I love that look that he has, and I'd love to see that look on the Olympia stage.
Could you imagine if Bonac hadn't have done that and had just stuck with the 212? We'd never would have seen that as impressive version of Bonac that we've seen that's taken second and third in Olympia. I've got a feeling if Derek doesn't move up to the Open, I think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I hope not. I mean, we keep saying he's probably going to be, this is the last year for 212 for him, but I have a feeling this will be his last year. He's grown so much.
Yeah. So
much new muscle tissue. I don't know how he can even justify staying in 212 if he has to diet away 15 plus pounds of pure lean muscle tissue to do it.
Anyway, 4 years later, here we are, Tampa. You're in the hotel room. What was the show like, mate? I watched live stream. I was looking at photos. I was really keeping a close eye on all the social media accounts. What a fantastic show! Take us through it, mate.
Yeah, I mean, great energy. They had a new record. So Tim had set the record here before, Tim Gardner, with I think it was 301 or 2 competitors. Wow. And yesterday they had, the last 2 days, they had 309 pros registered in this show. So a brand new record, biggest IFBB Pro League show in history.
So what was the best category for you? Most impressive?
I'd say the Open, but 212 was very exciting also. Very, very competitive. I don't know where you want to start, but 212, Kerrith Bajjo, the winner, I saw him as a clear winner from the beginning, but I mean, he beat some amazing athletes. Ahmed El-Sadani looked incredible. Mm-hmm. Bo Lewis could have been a little sharper, but he still looked very good. John Jewett, John always looks great. Brought the condition, came in a little fuller. Had a new guy from, I don't want to get the country wrong, but his name is Esteban, and then there's a couple more names, and then Bravo.
He's done a few shows at Esteban now. He did the one last week that Nola Dam won. I think that was Brazil. He got second there, I believe. Yeah. And he's done, I'm sure he did the New York Pro. I think he got top 10 in the York Pro. I've seen him this isn't the first time I've seen this Esteban Bravo.
Yeah, he's very good. And then Jason Lowe in 6. This is the best I've seen Jason. Jason hadn't done too well was he, 6th or 7th at Chicago?
9th.
I think he was 9th. Yeah. So good. He definitely sharpened up. I mean, pretty much everyone that I've seen in the last couple shows improved. Everyone that was in Chicago looked better at the Tampa show. Everybody sharpened up.
Did Jason get a, was he, I mean, he was 6th here. I personally had, I mean, from what I was looking at, I had him maybe around 4th.
Yeah, I would have had no problem with him. Like I said, this Bravo guy was good. I probably would have put Jason ahead of him.
Yeah, me too.
I like Jason's shape. He's gotten, he's built more thickness, and he's got a real round, pleasing look to the muscles, small joints. Yeah, he's definitely on his way up. I'm glad I follow him social media, and he's not discouraged. He knows what he needs to do, and he's getting better and better. So, yeah, it's exciting to see the young guys move up.
So what's the situation with points now? I believe John Jewett is going to the Olympia.
I think he was already solidified for points going into this show anyway.
Okay.
He only did it because his wife Renee was competing. He figured, well, I'm in shape, might as well. You know, I wonder if he's going to do Texas because it's he lives in Texas.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had this conversation with Kerrith after we did after he won. We did the interview, and then Milos, Kerrith, I, and Jay Emanuel was there. And it came up because Kerrith didn't want to go to Texas next week purely because he felt he didn't want to take away someone else's Olympia qualification if he won that.
Nice.
Because it doesn't trickle down to, you know, if you get second and it doesn't trickle down. But, you know, we all, Milos said, you know, back in the 90s, we would do 8, 10, 12 shows a year. And we weren't worried about, oh, no, I'm taking away someone else's chance at the Olympia. It's every man for himself, and it's you're a professional athlete. You should compete as much as you want to, that you're able to, and he's going to do it. He's going to go to Texas.
So how close was it between Ahmed and Kerrith?
If you love shape, symmetry, balance, and proportion, Ahmed would have been your pick. I do like that. I appreciate all kind of physiques, but Kerrith just had too much muscle. His shape was very good. His condition was just spot on, dry and grainy, where Ahmed could have been a little tighter. He could
again. Oh, I thought, yeah, because I thought his condition looked great. Yeah.
When somebody brings that really dry look,
yeah,
which it's rare, you don't see it that often. It's very hard to deny that because that's an extra level of condition that we don't see very often now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm really happy for Kerrith. Like I said, he's kind of like an under the radar guy, and it's nice to see him kind of, you know, he's secured his place now. I thought I'm obviously rooting for Ahmed. Ahmed is actually going to go to Texas now.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So I'm interested to see that. So also, I was really happy for Renee Jewett as well, winning the wellness. I was really excited about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's good because I don't want to make this like a American pride thing, but when wellness started, I said, I feel so bad for the Americans. They're never going to have a chance. They're going to get slaughtered by the Brazilians, by the South Americans. But, you know, Renee showed there's great genetics in every nationality, every ethnic group. You can't. Wellness, obviously, we all knew that wellness was going to, the women from certain areas of the world were going to have a distinct advantage, but that doesn't mean anything. We could have wellness champs from maybe even the UK someday. Who knows?
Yeah, well, I head judge wellness for the NPC a couple of years ago, and there was some good ladies coming through. So, and I think the class is very stacked over here in the UK at the moment. So, well, let's go straight to the Open. Let's go to the Open. I mean, let's mention Classic just for a minute. Okay, yeah, okay then.
Because I only want to talk about a couple guys. This new kid from Germany, who was in the Portugal. No, he was in the show in Mexico. They had a pro show in Mexico a couple weeks ago. Hector was there.
Yeah.
And I think he took second to Summerfield. Is it Mike Summerfield?
Mike Summerfield, Germany? Yeah.
So, who's Neil Hill's guy. But Urs Kalaczynski, wow. 22 years old. He's still 10 pounds under limit, which is crazy because he looks big.
I heard he was 21.
No, 22. We
got 22, and he's 10 pounds under. Wow. I mean, that's like sort of Bumstead level kind of potential, isn't it, really?
And I mean, with 10 more pounds, I don't want to. It's such a tough division. You can't say, well, he could push Bumstead, but you know what? He's going to be a top Olympian. There's no doubt in my mind. Probably not this year. I don't know if he's ready yet, but when he puts a little bit more size on, if he keeps, because his conditioning was just so crisp. I checked out his Instagram, and he was the stage almost never translates because he had some pictures where I don't know they were doing his tanning or something, and you could see every little muscle fiber. It was bizarre. It was like that. There's some guy from, I think, Austria. They always call him the most ripped man in the world. No, not Munzer. It's someone who's around now. He's not a bodybuilder, but it's that same freakish anatomy chart, every single fiber. And Urge had that muscle quality.
So the whole thing about muscle maturity is bullshit then, really?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Just condition.
And shout out to the second place guy from UK, Neil Curry.
Yep.
Never heard of him, but wow. Very impressive. Made a very, very strong impression on everybody.
He's done a few shows now. I think he did Puerto Rico. I think he was in I'm sure he was in Chicago. This is definitely right. Okay. Well, because he wasn't he wasn't getting great placings, but he's just kept going because his condition and his posing is incredible. Like I said, I didn't even know about him until a few weeks ago.
Right. Yeah, and the surprise was I had Steve Laureus winning this going into the show.
Yeah, we all did.
Based on what I've seen from him, and condition was good. It just wasn't great. I think if his condition had been as good as it was that year at 2019 Arnold when he took second to Peterson, I think he would have won this.
Yeah.
As good as Urge is, because he's just got such beautiful shape and structure. You know, tiny waist, those peak biceps. And it's a hell of a physique.
Can he pull it round? I mean, is there classic in Texas? I mean, it's a Tim Gardner show. So yeah. Okay. Well, can he pull it round a week?
It's not a Tim Gardner show.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay.
But there is classic, and I believe he's doing it.
Okay.
He should if he's not.
Is a week enough?
I don't know. If it's water, it's enough. That's body fat, it's not enough. I mean, like I said, in 2 weeks' time, we'll get to the Open, but some of these guys like Clahar, he made a vast improvement in 2 weeks. But let's get into the Open, man, because it was a battle. It was a real battle. It was a great lineup.
Do you know what, Ron? Do you know what? I agreed with every single placing.
I was having a struggle inside with Phil and Charles Griffin because they both have such fantastic physiques. Now that I'm looking and thinking about it, I would have had Phil in second for sure. And a lot of people had Phil for the win. He was that good, which is crazy. He's 47 years old.
I know.
2 weeks ago in Chicago, he was in the third call-out.
11th.
He got 11th, yeah. I mean, I'm surprised they even placed him that high based on the call-outs.
Yeah.
Not that he didn't deserve it, but yeah. I was so happy to see him in the first call-out, and then they put him right next to Ian. I was like, wow, Phil's doing probably no worse than third today.
Yeah. And
sure enough, very, very strong second.
Do you remember you and me were talking about Phil in the preview, and I said, I hope he just tightens up, gets a good look in and gets top 5. That would be, because Phil's coming on today, but also I've heard just literally before we started filming, Charles Griffin messaged me and he said he's shutting it down now for the rest of the year. He's
wow.
Yeah, that's it. One show he was doing, because I said, are you going to go to Texas? Are you going to go to, I don't know, that's probably the last show he could do. I'm probably not going to get invited to the Arnold. And he says, no, I'm shutting it down now to early next year, brother.
Yeah, that's, I get that because there's only one more chance, and that's Texas.
Yeah.
And Ian Valier's doing Texas also. He's going to do that. Phil's doing Texas.
Alicante as well.
Alicante. Who's doing Alicante?
Rulli, Nathan Diasha, Vlad, Theo.
Oh, well, I don't think he would go.
Tim Buddersheim.
You can't just decide right now I'm going to go to Spain next week. It's a little more complicated than that.
For Americans, yes. Yeah.
So he would have to go up against Ian again, Phil again, and Steve Kuklo.
Yeah.
And I'm not even sure who else is doing Texas. But, yeah, that makes sense. But he looked a lot better than what I remember. He brought his legs up significantly because I remember them lagging, being a definite distraction. They didn't match his upper body. And they're close now. They're very close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else? Come on, who are next?
Well, Max. We should probably mention Max Charles Muhammad Shaban, of course. Max.
Yep.
Max looked very good again. He's very consistent. I'm trying to think why he doesn't do better. I don't know. His legs are up. I still think he needs more legs. He's done a lot to bring them up. It's tough. This was a great lineup. So he only lost to some excellent guys. And Shaban, I thought Shaban looked at least as good as he did in Chicago at the finals. But again, he was just up against some very, very tough competition.
But I saw his Instagram. He's on the number 1 in the point standing.
Yeah, so he's all set. So Shaban's going to the Olympia regardless, right?
Yeah. I just hope, because the first couple of shows, not Puerto Rico, the first couple of shows I saw him in, it's just in the back shots are really, really blurry. But then yesterday, I noticed even in his side shots, he was smoothing out. But he always looks great in that frontal bicep, front lat spread. And then it's when he turns to the side and the back, that's when you start to see, because he's not missing anything. I mean, his physique is incredible, but I just hope he really, really even just drops a few pounds to even sacrifice a bit of fullness to get that really deep separation for the Olympia. Otherwise, he's going to be like third, fourth call out. But I think he could be top 10.
Yeah, it's the strangest thing because his legs are always sharp. I don't ever see an issue where his legs need to be leaner, but it's certain shots in the upper body when he's a little bit off. I see like he hits the side chest, and I want to see more separation in the upper arms. I want to see a little more separation in the delts, and sometimes they're a little blurry. Yeah, but it's just condition because man, he's got all kinds of muscle mass and great shape. It's a hell of a physique. Yeah, if he dials that in better.
Yep.
Yeah. He'd be right up there.
Yeah. So, what would you advise Ian Valliere to do? Because I messaged Patrick Tour this morning, and he said the plan is still on. Ian is still going to Texas. What's your thoughts on that?
As far as going to Texas, I applaud him because, when we started following the sport, those guys did plenty of shows. They didn't just do a show to qualify for the Olympia, and then you didn't see them again the rest of the season.
Yeah.
That they're professional bodybuilders. The careers aren't that long typically. So especially he's in shape. He's in the US, so he doesn't have to worry about doing all that quarantine stuff again. It makes so much sense for Ian to just go to Texas, and he's going to push Steve. If he could possibly beat Kukla, that would increase his stock. He would definitely have a feather in his cap because Steve Kukla is no joke.
I know. I mean, he's going to be like 280, 285. He's been sixth in the Olympia. See, his highest place in the Olympia was sixth, Steve Kukla, and Ian's seventh. So it's kind of, if he steps over him, he's technically stepped up, isn't he? He's took that next leap up. But with Ian, because I was messaging Patrick yesterday, and he sent me a couple of those pictures I sent you and the video. And I said, so how's he looking? He sent me a couple of pictures, and he says, he's weighing 260. He's up 8 pounds from the Olympia.
Yeah.
And when he came out in the photos, he just looked so wide. I couldn't believe how wide he was. But I tell you what, he had me worried at the prejudging because he did not look like the clear winner. The side chest did not look like it. I felt like it should. But I just thought something wasn't. And then the night show, I saw the pictures and the video, and I was just like, holy shit! He pulled it out the bag. What's your take?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any problem. You do have people saying Phil Clahar should have won. I had no issues with Ian winning. Condition was very good. Milos is uber critical about condition, so critical. And he said Ian was off. I don't think he was off compared to how he looked at the Olympia last year.
Yeah,
he could have. He was definitely a little drier looking at the Olympia. It was good. It was definitely good enough to win this show. But at the Olympia. And I'm sure he will. Him and Patrick will bring. This was probably 95%. So 100% they saved for the Olympia, I'm guessing.
I wouldn't mind seeing him closer to 255 in Texas rather than 260 because I think this new size looks good on him, but I would just love to see that. The new size he's got now with the Olympia level conditioning, I think Steve's in trouble.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the bigger men now. It's funny, in the interview, I asked him, what did you weigh 2 years ago in Tampa when he placed behind Dexter and Luke? I think he was third.
Yeah,
he was third, and it's almost 20 pounds more muscle he has.
Wow. Yeah, it looks it.
Yeah, so he's definitely got the size he needs now.
Yeah,
needs to refine it a little more. He does. He's very critical of himself. He's very objective, which is rare. So he says he knows he needs a lot more upper chest to fill out because he's got those massive shoulders. It's funny, wherever he was on stage, whether he was just off to the side or whatever, you could always see these massive shoulders peeking out from behind somebody else. He's got some amazing body parts and a big, wide man. So I'm interested to see how he does.
I do think his compulsories need work, though.
Yeah, his posing is not expert level.
I messaged Patrick and I said, you need to get him a few sessions with Kenny Wallach, and he says he has. He's already had sessions with Kenny Wallach, so I don't know what he needs to do, but I think just the compulsory poses, I think he needs to just go over and over and over them and just keep practicing because they've got to be perfect for the Olympia. Otherwise, he's not going to do himself justice.
He should keep working with Kenny. Kenny's a master at what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, people were critical in the comment section about his posing, and rightfully so, because he's got a world-class physique. He's got a top 7 Olympia already physique. So you want to see perfect posing with hitting everything exactly to accentuate your strengths, take away from your weaknesses, smooth transitions. You want to see all that. So keep working, Ian.
What did you think of Joel Thomas?
Joel Thomas, what a great comeback.
Yeah.
I think it was his first show in 2 years. He had torn his pec.
Yep.
Very, very impressive. I thought, where did he end up? 6th, 7th? Seventh, yeah. And, you know, in this lineup, that's something to be proud of, especially 2 years away, because he was up against some amazing bodybuilders. But Joel is he's on his way up, or back up, I should say.
Well, I think he was 9th or 10th the last time he did it, because I remember him and Sean Smith were 9th and 10th. I can't remember which way.
Right.
And I really like his physique. And then when I heard he ripped his pec, I was like, no, you know. And then, you know, I've seen the pictures and I was thinking, is this an old pre-tear picture? Or and I couldn't tell, which is good, but it was a new video. Right. So, I mean, it's his right one, but could you even tell?
No, I was, you know, I'm looking at it. I'm thinking he's got to have a dent. He's got to have a scar. And I didn't see anything. I think the surgeon did a fantastic job. You would never even know he tore his pec. He does need more upper chest, I think, to balance out. He's got a massive lower chest, but that would help him for sure. But yeah, very, very impressive. He looks better to me now than he did a couple of years ago.
Who was this guy with the Kai Green hair, the black guy? What, the new guy? I can't remember his name, but he was making his pro debut. Okay,
I can now. I remember. It's Jeff T. Jephte Charenfant.
Say that for us.
First generation, you know, another great Haitian like Max Charles.
Oh, okay.
He's born here. I think he turned pro last year at either USA or Nationals. I'm not sure which. I was talking briefly with his coach, Amin, and wow, he was a surprise of the show because nobody saw him coming. It was his pro debut, and beautiful, big dude, great sweeping quads, wide capped shoulders, big arms, small waist. As big as he is, I think if he fills out his upper body just a little more, he's gonna move up.
Just needs to chisel it in, doesn't he? Because I was looking at him, I was thinking, this guy's got potential. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, like I said, what a great structure and shape to him. Somebody like that, you know, they have all the potential because they just need to dial it in. His condition was pretty good. Could have been a touch better, of course, but yeah, he's someone to watch.
So then, where do you think Valier will get at the Olympia? Do you think he can crack top 6? Do you think he can beat people like Hakeem Williams and Justin Rodriguez and all these other guys that are kind of all gaining momentum this year with wins?
I think he could break top 6. I mean, I think Hakeem is going to be top 5 this year, if not better.
Yeah.
I would probably have him ahead of, you know, I think Justin Rodriguez has a fantastic physique. We'll see when they're on stage together, you know. It's going to be a great Olympia. It's being a really good Olympia.
So many guys improving in the last couple of years, isn't there? And you've got like Nick Walker and Hunter. Now, so you've got Nick Walker, Hunter, Hakeem, Steve Kucklow, and then you've got like the Rowleys and Nathans and stuff like that. I mean, it's going to be, to say top 6. I mean, I've got about 10 guys in my top 6 this year.
Yeah.
Already.
Well, I mean, and that's how it should be.
Yeah.
It should be like that. I'm interested. I know we're jumping the gun here, but Rowley, I'm very curious to see how he looks next week in Alicante.
Yeah.
Because I wonder whatever his issue was, I wonder if it's something that is that quickly resolved that he's going to look. Can he look like the old Rowley with 3 weeks between shows?
I think he's going to shock, and I think he's going to look. I'm not going to say he's going to look as good as he did when he at the 2018 Olympia, but I think he's going to look 50% better than he was in Chicago. That's what I predict. Okay. But also, don't forget, it's top 2 qualify.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm not worried about him qualifying. I really want him to recapture the Rowley look we all know and love. That big, full, round, just dominating Rowley when he walks out and just jaws drop. Tell you what, Vlad could pull an upset. I'm telling you. Have you seen how that kid is looking? 25 years old. I mean, his condition. I'm telling you, I said this on the was it the preview? I said Nathan and Rowley will not be in Vlad's condition. But they are better physiques. They're a lot further along. But I'm telling you, if it comes down to, you know, and his condition is so much better, could he even beat these two? Maybe so. I mean, maybe if they're off, and Vlad is, you know, he's got that grainy look, that really dry, grainy look, and he's had that for a few weeks now.
Yeah.
From all the pictures I've seen.
And also Tim Buddersheim. I know people kind of forgot about this guy because obviously he did well in Portugal. But, I mean, this was the guy that when I was at San Marino in 2017, he won the Amateur Olympia on the Friday or something. And on the Saturday, Cedric McMillan won. Hadi Chupin was second. I mean, Hadi should have won that one. Brandon Curry was third. And Tim was fourth. And the rest of the lineup was stacked. And he, like, no one would have argued if he'd have beaten Brandon. So I mean, I know Brandon was off, but still, you know, there's a guy that really is kind of like first call-out material that, I mean, he will be in condition. So anyway, we're talking too much about Alicante now. Let's get back to Tampa. Anyway, so what about bikini quickly? Let's just touch on that.
Yeah, so my favorites going into the show, they all ended up in the top 4.
Yep.
I figured it was going to come down to Isa Piccini, Jennifer Dory, and Laura Lee Chapados. And I thought, going into the show, I thought Laura Lee had a hell of a chance because she looked so good at the Chicago Pro when she won. And then when Mike and I were sitting there, Mike Cox watching the judging, and we were both leaning toward Jennifer Dory for the win.
Oh wow!
During the judging, because I thought she looked fantastic.
Yeah.
Isa looks great too. The difference with Isa is she doesn't have a lot of curves. She's a more slender type of figure. Whereas Jennifer's more curvy. Laura Lee has a little more, I hate to say size because bikini's not supposed to have size, but we've had this argument many times. You've been adamant about bikini was getting too skinny.
100%.
So we want to see little curves. But Isa did win. But the surprise of the show, because I'd never heard of her before in my life, a woman named Daraja Hill.
Yep. And
wow. She's going to be top 5 at the Olympia. There's no doubt in my mind.
Wow. I mean, she's got to qualify yet.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry about that.
She needs to qualify. I mean, imagine someone getting second at a show and then not getting another chance or not doing another show. And then not, I mean, thing is, I mean, yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I love Laura. I think I upset Laura Lee yesterday, by the way.
Oh yeah,
I said on one of the coaches, he said he thinks her glutes are too big and she needs to downsize her glutes for the Olympia. And I said on the MD Globe Muscles Instagram, and I said, yeah, her glutes are wellness size now. And
they're definitely bigger. They definitely are.
But Laura Lee came on and she says not even close. And I'm hoping I haven't upset her. She says no, not even close. I was like, oh shit. I was hoping she wouldn't see that.
Yeah.
I think Laura Lee's my kind of that's the kind of look I think, like Chicago, beautiful look. I think it's perfect. The amount of muscularity, the condition. I think I mean Isa Piccini's waist looks, it's so, I mean it looks like 20 inches. It doesn't even that. It doesn't look right.
Don't take away. I'm not taking anything. Isa's a beautiful, beautiful young woman. She's got an incredible bikini body, physique. We all like what we like. But I had no problem with her winning at all. And like I said, this Daraja Hill, come on, she just beat Jennifer Dory and Laura Lee Chapados. That's amazing for an unknown. I mean, I'm sure people that follow bikini probably knew about her, but I had never heard of her before.
Can we quickly touch on the female bodybuilding? Because I think Mona was the favorite going in, because Shelby Starnes was sending me pictures in the last couple of weeks. And I said, wow, she's impressive. I said she probably would have beat, I won't mention her name, someone a couple of weeks ago in a female bodybuilding show. I said she's better than her. And I said, well, she's probably going to win, isn't she? Because she looks so impressive. And she did. So what was she like?
Yeah, again, that's another unknown. And that's why I say the judging is so much better now than it was years ago.
Yeah.
I used to see people with big names winning shows even when they were off.
Yep.
And people would walk out of these shows very upset. Mona Porcelet from Canada, I think, right? Wow. Never heard of her, never seen her before, but she was just so good. I mean, V-taper, sweeping lats, peak biceps, quads, definitely, she was carved up, nice condition. Yeah, she was a very clear winner as far as I was concerned. Cool. It was a great lineup. It was a good. I think there was 20 some odd female bodybuilders. He gets good numbers because this is a Wings of Strength show, and that's Jake Wood is always there.
Yeah,
they want to win the Jake Wood shows, the Wings of Strength shows.
Ron, I just want to say you did a fantastic job yet again, mate. I mean, you've been away a lot, and you've really, like, with the photos and the coverage, you're doing a fantastic job, mate. So thank you so much for everything. And I'm going to let you go get some breakfast and then get to your pool party.
Yes, you know me well. You know
and
me well.
And also we were very, very, very accurate with our predictions, weren't we, for our preview? Yeah, very happy about that.
I think with a couple rare exceptions, we called almost all of them. Yeah. And it was only because we weren't familiar with some of the names.
Yeah.
I never heard of Urs. I never heard of the woman that won bodybuilding. There's a few of them that were just total surprises. But yeah, cool. Tiger's crystal ball came through again.
Mike Cox did a fantastic job as well.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, he did. He did all the play-by-play. He has to sit there and what I used to do before I became basically a photographer.
Yeah.
He had to sit there and come up with commentary on everyone. These shows move so fast, and there's so many competitors. It's not easy. Not easy.
Do you know what? Even with 300 pros, we had good practice when we used to cover the Arnold amateurs. Remember, it was 2011 to 2013. You and me used to run the amateurs, didn't we? We used to cover the amateur at the Arnolds. Hundreds of competitors, but that was such good training for this. This is a walk in the park now, mate.
Yeah, I mean, if you've done the show like that, or I didn't cover too many USAs and nationals, but when you're going to 1,000, 1,500 athletes in a couple of days, it's everything else is like easy compared to that.
And welcome back to MD Global Muscle here at the On the Rise Media Studio with me, your host Giles Thomas, and we're joined by the new 212 Pro, Kerrith Bajjo.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Kerrith, how do you feel, mate? Winning the 212?
Honestly, it took a day to hit me, and I was driving back from the airport, and it kind of set in. But before all that, I was so numb. There was no feeling. It hit me yesterday, and man, it felt good. It felt great.
Hang on a minute. So you back home now, then?
Yeah. I actually had to leave Tampa. I was down there with my lady. We came back. We got to go to work. So, end of the day, it was a business trip.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah. So that was on the Friday. So do you even stay for the show, for the Open and everything on the Saturday, or?
I couldn't. I wish I did. I followed it. I followed it through the apps and the update, the Muscular app that they have now. So I was tracking it through that, and the Instagram feeds and everybody that's there, posting and letting you know what's going on, but I couldn't get to stay.
Oh,
and it kind of,
Okay.
But yeah, Ian looked phenomenal. Oh my goodness.
You think he should have won?
Yeah. I think it was pretty cut and dry. Shaban, I don't understand how he holds it, but that's just amazing. He's continually gotten better through however many shows he's done. I think this is what, 5 or 6.
Yeah. Well, it's something like, I think I'd have to add them up, but it's probably around that region.
Yeah. Well, he improves almost every show in some capacity.
Yeah.
But the fact that he can teeter right there and be ready for a show for that stretch of time is amazing.
Yeah. So, was it third? You were third in Chicago.
I was third in Chicago, yes.
Yep.
To Keon and Ahmad.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Both guys brought it. Mm-hmm. I think we all had our strengths, so it could be interchangeable. And I don't think. Well, I know if I won, a lot of people would have had a lot of things to say, but it could have been argued.
Yeah. So, did you see Ahmed as your main competition going into the Tampa?
Honestly, because there was so much energy going into Bo, I thought that, it would be somewhere between Bo, John, and myself, and maybe Ahmad. But I was kind of there. I knew what I was going to do. Couldn't really speak for anyone else. I was kind of fired up after the third place finish.
Yeah.
Of course, every competitor feels as if they should have did a little bit better. So that kind of put the battery in my back, and I was ready to go.
So what was
I could only really.
What was the difference in body weight from Chicago to Tampa?
Well, so it's a funny story. I had to basically starve to make weight to get into Chicago.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah. We got to the airport, and I had clothes on, granted, but I asked the lady to step on the airport scale, And I asked her, when was it last calibrated? She said it's calibrated just about every day. So I step on the scale, tells me I'm 218.
What?
I got to weigh in at 4 o'clock. And at this time, I think it was maybe 10 o'clock in the morning. So basically had to starve. And I got to the hotel, weighed in at 209. However, this time around, I weighed in at 209, but I had 5 meals in.
Okay.
So, it was a different 209.
Yeah.
And I was eating through the night. I had 10 clean meals.
Yeah.
And, we just had to keep feeding it and stay full. And it worked. It was the first time we ever tried an approach like this, Dave Palumbo and I.
Mm-hmm.
And, it just worked. Everything clicked. But I don't understand how I felt that good going into a show.
Yeah.
I suffered, but then it was like I'm getting rewarded for the suffering. So my body just kept getting better, better, better. And we peaked at the right time.
So you're very, very thick then, because you're 5'4", correct?
5'4" and
and a quarter.
when I stretch,
yeah.
When I stretch, I could 5.
So wow, so you're like, yeah, cause, I mean, if you're right, well, you're kind of over the limit almost, at 5'4", because I mean, there's 212s out there at 5'6" and 5'7", So
yeah, I feel that. I see a lot of that. I don't understand it, but
yeah,
to each his own.
Yeah. So I heard that you were down to do Texas, but now you don't want to do it, correct?
Well, it's not that I don't want to do it. I think that my body needs a break. My brain needs a break. I've been in prep for a while. I had a surgery before I did Chicago. I had healed from that. So I originally started prep back in January. Then I had to dial it back because I had surgery in March. Then I had to pick it back up again. And, just going through the motions, it's just a lot, to take in. And I got family things that I got to take care of. So it's not always just, all right, do the show. I have, existential factors that I got to weigh on. And it unfortunately is going to keep me from doing that show.
Can I ask you what the surgery was for? Was it an injury or?
No, I went to see Dr. Blau. I had the gynecomastia surgery. And for aesthetic purposes,
yeah,
I chose to sit out in New York. And, I think it was a good decision. I could have done New York, but it wasn't quite healed yet.
Yeah.
So, and I still have some healing to do, but it's come together. And, shout out to Dr. Blau. He's the best in the world at what he does.
It's quite a painful surgery, because I remember a friend of mine had it and he couldn't even hardly lift his arms up for a couple of weeks. He said it was very, 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 very painful. Yeah, he said it was very painful. This was a few years ago. It was about 20 years ago. But I mean, he said he was like all strapped up and everything for weeks.
Oh, no. Honest to God, Giles, I probably had, on a scale of 1 to 10, a 2.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
It was more the healing process and the itching, but pain goes. Yeah, no, I don't know what it did.
Good. There's nothing worse than seeing a great physique like you up there, and as soon as you lift your arms up to do a frontal bicep, there's gyno there. It's like, no, it's such a killer. When you see great physiques and you just think, oh, they're obviously going to get marked down for that now. And it's so distracting. Yeah. So many poses it looks distracting in, And
I used to have to compromise so much when hitting that front double. I would try to hide it. And now I can actually open up, with no second thought to it. That used to be my favorite pose, is the front double bicep. I think that's what we all start doing when we get into this bodybuilding thing. We all first hit our front double.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it killed me not to be able to open up when I did it. So when I did New York and I got third, I was like, all right, listen, I got to get this done. Because I'm trying to hide all of this. The judges know what you're doing, and it does take away from a good physique, but it had to be done. It had to be done.
Don't let it come back, mate. Please don't.
No. So this process.
Do what you need to do.
Process, he removes 95% of the gland.
Right. Okay.
you know, he just leaves enough not to throw you off hormonally. But yeah, no, it'll never come back.
Good. So, I mean, I was watching your interview with Ron Harris, and you said you turned pro, is it 2017 as a Masters? Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Team Universe.
Tell us about your contest history in brief.
Okay. So I used to work out in a 24-hour gym. And I used to see this couple, they would work out. It was like these two were on speed the entire time. You know, every workout machine, and they'd look great. But they would see me and just look at me and tell me, like, dude, you look different. I'm like, thank you. You know, what do you do? I used to do track and field. I had a brief stint with U.S. bobsled, and I had just gotten off of a hip injury. So, you know, I'm getting back into the gym, starting to work out. These two see me, and he tells me about this show in New Haven, Connecticut. And I'm like, it doesn't really appeal to me. People have been saying bodybuild my entire life. Paid no attention. I had no interest putting on posing trunks. So that was a hurdle for me. After talking to him, he says, hey, you know, I really think you could win this show. Give it a shot. And who doesn't want to win, right?
Sorry, what year was this?
This was 2014.
Okay. Wow, okay.
Yeah. So 2014, and his name was Jason. Shout outs to Jason, wherever you are. He said, dude, I think you can win this. I was like, okay, when's the show? He's like, I think it's 6 weeks out. So at 4 weeks out, I decided to do the show. I got a coach who was Chris Tuttle. Chris Tuttle, you know, dried me out for the last 4 weeks. We went on stage and we almost won.
So hang on, were you actually, I mean, I hear these stories about people that are spotted in gyms and they say you should compete and they go, no, I don't want to put trunks on, but they're not actually even training as bodybuilders, they're just weight training. So you were you not specifically training to be a bodybuilder? You were just training generally in a 24-hour gym?
So conveniently, Arnold Schwarzenegger had released like a workout program with Muscular.
Okay. Wow.
I started following that program to the T.
Okay.
And it was clicking. Everything was clicking. So, you know, I was like, all right, you know, I'm doing this. You know, it's bodybuilding. As much as I don't want to put on the trunks, what the hell? What am I going to do on Saturday? So, you know, I started prepping for it. I started going down to the Powerhouse New Haven, and awesome gym. That's where I got my start, where they had the red posing room.
Okay,
sure
yeah.
So, you know, I started working with Kenny Wallach, and, you know, he was like, yeah, I think you could definitely go pro, and you could be on the Olympia stage.
Wow.
I'm hearing all this, and this is right into my ego.
Yeah.
And I'm placed walking on a clubhouse, and, you know, I do the show, and then I'm hooked. I'm like, I got to do another one. So after that, I did the Hartford Europa. The last year they had it in Hartford, and I almost won that as well. You know, so that was 2 weeks later. Shortly after that, I did Atlantic States, another big amateur show in this area.
What kind of weight were you around that time?
So Atlantic States, I was probably 194, 193.
Still pretty big.
And I started my first show, I think I was about 176, then I dropped down to 173, came in a little bit tighter, and, you know, I've just been growing ever since.
Yeah.
But, yeah, after the Atlantic States, it was Team Universe, the first year around that I did it. I got fifth, you know, but that kind of charged me up. So after that, I did it again, got my pro card, and that was the following year. And been competing as a pro ever since.
Hang on a minute. The Team Universe, is that the drug-tested one?
So that is the first year I did it. I was natural.
Yeah. That's what I was hinting. That's what I was hinting at, trying to get you to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So I competed as a natural, and I got fifth. I thought I could have placed higher, of course. Who does? Following year, I came back as Masters, made some adjustments. Here we are, IFBB Pro.
So how old are you now?
I'm 39.
30. Oh, right, because Masters is different. Everything 35 and over, isn't it? Or
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, still young, mate, still young. Good time to be hitting your stride though at this age, you know.
Jose Raymond tells me he hit his peak until he was like, I think 41, 42.
Yeah.
And Derek Farnsworth 2 days ago told me the same thing.
I was surprised he didn't make top 15 actually, because I thought his condition was spectacular.
Oh, he was awesome, and it was even better in real life. It was so much better. Yeah. I am mind blown. He's 51, about to be 52. That's incredible.
And we and we have a new poster boy for the over 40s with Phil Clahar, 47.
Yeah,
47.
So that's pretty incredible. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
There was a gentleman. He was 72 with an 8-pack. Used to work out at New Haven Powerhouse.
Uh-huh.
And I told him, if I could look like that at 72, I don't need a trophy. It was incredible. Like, his name is Robert York. If you ever get a chance, look him up. He's on Facebook.
Robert York.
But Robert York. It's incredible. Guy. He's like 72, jacked out of his mind.
Fantastic.
And he's got wheels.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I used to train with a very famous British bodybuilder called John Satriani. I used to work for him, and he was like late 50s, early 60s when we trained together. And I mean, he was ridiculously strong, set powerlifting records back in the 60s, trained with Arnold, you know, and it's just so, you know, you just think it's so inspiring to see guys older, you know, that are still, you know, it's just a state of mind. It's just how much you put into it, I suppose, isn't it? Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, when you want it, you want it, you know. Some guys lose the drive, you know, some guys let life get in the way.
Yeah.
But, you know, I've been doing this off and on for a long time. You know, I started out as an athlete, track and field, did that thing. So I was always flirting with the weight room, but I never really loved it until I got to be like 27. And, you know, 32, I started bodybuilding for real. But yeah, you know, after we got the pro card, we did New York. And
I remember when you, Kerrith, I remember when you did New York, and I remember because I was thinking, who's this guy, this new guy? Because it's very unusual. A new guy will come in that I know nothing about and will make something like top 3. And I remember you stuck in my mind. Yeah,
no, well, you followed me shortly after, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, John just followed me. And, you know, I was like, okay, so I caught somebody's eye.
Sure did.
You know, and I got, that was the first time I ever got 3rd call outs, and it was a kick in the heart. I've never been anything other than 1st call out, so it was weird. But after that, they rejudged us, brought me into 2nd call outs, rejudged the 2nd call out, bumped me up a couple places.
So
you know,
hang on a minute. You were 3rd call out, and you ended up getting 3rd place.
No. That was the 2nd time around.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so the 1st time, was it?
Yeah. So the 1st time, it went a little differently. And I ended up getting 8, which wasn't bad because the lineup was stacked.
Top 10 New York Pro, mate. It's not bad.
Yeah, it was a New York Pro.
Yeah.
You know, it was lesson learned. You know, it lit a fire. Shortly after that, I did Tampa. I got 4th in Tampa. So I was like, wow, you know, there's a shot. Following year, I came back. I did New York again. That's when I got 3rd.
Right. Okay. I think that's when I really noticed you, and I thought, okay, this guy's serious.
Yeah, you know, so the progression was real good. And, you know, COVID hit. I was prepping for New York, had to shut it down. So, you know, here we are. I had surgery, had to miss New York again. But I know Tampa's there. And Tampa Pro has always been like the one for me.
Yeah.
New York, I still want that. I want that 212 title. But Tampa is where I felt like, all right, well, I'm a real bodybuilder now. You know, the energy is different there because there's so many athletes that show up, and it's such a massive showcase. It's like, wow, you know, like this is what, you know, you used to see, and you kind of get the feeling that used to exist around bodybuilding back in the day. You know, I think that I can only connect with that show in that way. if that makes sense.
Yes. So how did it feel going up against someone like Detrick? You know, he won the New York Pro the year before. He was kind of the favorite going in. All those progress pictures were blowing everyone's minds. You know, you had Ahmad as well, who'd obviously placed ahead of you. What was it like going up against names that big? Thing is, you're also doing one of the last qualifiers. So was the goal to just do well or to specifically get to the Olympia?
So my thing was, you know, stay away from social media. Don't pay attention to anything that they're saying. And I'm really good at that. So, you know, the problem is too many people tell me, hey, you know, have you seen who's going in? I'm like, I don't want to know. I don't care. I can only control one thing, and that's me. I run my own race, and I run really fast. So, you know, I knew Bo was going to be real good. I knew Ahmad was going to be real good. I kept hearing a young man, I think he's from Vegas, Austin Carr.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I kept hearing he was going to be a problem. And, you know, I'm sure they are. You know, but I wanted to be a bigger problem. Yeah. So I just put my head down low, and you know, Dave said, "Bump up the cardio." I'm on that machine. You know, I was just willing to suffer for it. You know, I still had more to give. So if there was more that was required of me, I was willing to do it. If I had to do 2 hours of cardio,
2 hours of cardio a day.
Yeah, for first, well, I should say for the last 4 days heading into the show, we had to bump it up to about 2 hours of cardio a day.
You know, you say 2 hours, but what sort of intensity are you doing? Is it kind of plodding, or what sort of heart rate?
I'm a runner, so it's steady state. But my steady state is I'm moving.
Yeah. No, because I've seen people do cardio, and you think, mate, you're just barely moving your legs there.
Yeah. So my heart's going. I'm hoodied up. I'm layered up. I'm sweating it out.
That's hardcore. That's hardcore, mate. Very hardcore.
Yeah, I mean, it's the job, man. You signed up for it. Complain, right?
So are you based in New York?
I'm right outside of New York. I'm probably 15 minutes from the New York border. A small city called Danbury, Connecticut. Okay. But it's so conveniently located, it could be considered New York. Yeah. You know, right outside of Westchester.
What do you do for a living, Doctor?
So I do personal training on the side right now. Before all that, I was just, you know, working 9-to-5s, manufacturing jobs. But right now it's just personal training, trying to get my LLC off the ground and do that, you know, more fitness-based lifestyle. You know, health coaching, lifestyle coaching. You know, that's pretty much what's paying the bills right now.
You have to put a little bit more into your social media, mate. Now you've won a show and you're going to the Olympia. Just what, 20 minutes a day?
One picture every now and then.
One picture every now and again. See, he's so dedicated. He's actually on his phone right now.
That's what I'm doing.
Are you checking his social media? Okay, he's checking your social media now. He's doing his homework.
So Ron he's always told me, he's like, dude, these people need to know you. Yep. Get social media. He's like, you don't want to do it. I know who you are. He's like, you can't be Dorian. Don't do it. He's like, you're gonna stay hidden. Get out there. You know, if you want to be successful at this, it's part of it. And I am seeing that. You know, it's just life gets in the way for me. You know, it's always an afterthought, and I feel as if there's too many phonies to. You know,
I know, Kerrith, though, like if you're doing, just say you're in your regular, doing your cardio, you do an hour in the morning, hour at night. As soon as you get on in the first 10 minutes in your warm up, do your post. Get it done. Get a load of training pictures, get 30 pictures lined up, and then that's it for the month. Mix them up a little bit, put a few hashtags in, done. It takes, seriously, once you get into the habit, it's 5-10 minutes a day, mate. Seriously. It's really easy. It's really easy. But you got to get into the habit of it, you know?
Hey, that's where I am right now. I'm learning that. Come on. It's just do it. Yeah. You know, I really think that I will ultimately be successful on the social medias. You know, the TikTok dancing, I can't see me doing that.
That's bullshit. It's all that's a bullshit trend. It's crap. What you want to do? I tell you what. Have a look at. I tell you who I can recommend social media. It's Sean Clarida, king of the 212 right now, mate. Have a look at his and just see what he does. He just puts his phone and He's brilliant at it. He's probably one of the best at it, and it's really, you know, because you reap the rewards. The thing is, you're a pro show winning pro. You go into the Olympia, you're winning big shows. You've got your PT business, and you're looking to, you know, increase your profile. And it would literally take 5 minutes a day. Come on.
I'll stick to it. I definitely will.
Me and Ronnie are going to tag team and bully you, mate.
I promise, because my lady's she's been on me for months about this. You got to get social media going, you know, and I know I do, but it's so easy for me to say I'm all set. And, you know, it's never really been my thing. Like, I'm not reclusive. I'm not antisocial. I hardly shut up. But, you know, it's just when I interact, I like it to be person to person.
Yeah.
You know. It's more, I think there's more stock in relationship there. You know, there's not a lot of stock in social media, you know, just for the simple fact that a stranger could attack me. And in person, they would never do that.
I still think you can connect with all those people that want to follow you now, that want to follow your journey. They want to, I mean, you've got now, what is it? How many weeks there? 10 weeks Olympia? 10 weeks?
Less than 10 now.
7, is it? 7? Bloody hell, it's coming up quick.
It's 60 days. 59 days as of today.
There you go. You could do 1 post a day until the Olympia. How's that?
Oh, no, I'll double up.
Yeah, double up. Yeah, 1 in the morning, 1 at night. Seriously, because it's like, you may as well. I mean, you can have all this cardio to do. I mean, you know, you may as well, mate.
Now it's real. You know, before it was up in the air, but now it's for real, for real. Like, I can say, damn, I want a pro show. It feels good.
Mate, you're on everyone's radar now. You're no longer under the radar. You are now, you know, you've won a big pro show. You've beat some good names. Now you're going to be on people's, you know, on people's lips. So you got to really, you know, especially to the Olympia, because I mean, you could get a really good placing at the Olympia, mate.
Well, you know, we don't train for second. I'm gonna just say that.
Oh, nice.
But I would love more than anything to be top 5 at that show. I mean, first go around, if you get top 5 at the Olympia, that's a statement. So, you know, I really want to make an impact, and, you know, I'm seeing what's going on with the other guys. I'm kind of, you know, not snooping, but paying attention.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I could be competitive with it. I really do.
Good.
I think I can make the necessary improvements to be right in that lineup.
What do you think you're going to do? What's the game plan for the Olympia then, for your physique?
Well, I know, you know, I definitely got to pay attention to posing, presentation, number 1. Number 2 would just be tighten it up.
Yeah.
I think that we put on a good amount of muscle over the past couple of years, and if we come in tight, it's going to be a real interesting show. I think I'm going to shock a lot of people.
I was watching a live stream. I was looking at pictures, video clips, and I was really analysing your physique. And I was looking from every single angle. You're very complete. You're not missing anything. So if I was to advise or whatever to say for the Olympia, it is literally just refinement and conditioning, because it's not like you're missing anything. You could only get better by just getting more conditioned and looking better from where you did, in Tampa a few days ago, you know?
Yeah, and I think that, you know, 7 weeks out where I am now, we just started over. So it's a great starting point. So, you know, glass is half full for me.
Yeah.
We're going to fill it all the way up. You know, so come showtime, it'll be a more refined, better, tighter, crisper, better presented package.
Who are you most looking forward to going up against at the Olympia then? Have you thought about it yet?
Well, of course you want to go. Everybody wants to go at the champ's head, you know, and Sean is phenomenal. Like, a journey like that is once in a lifetime. Like, keep it real. Derek Lunsford, how could you not want to go up against him just to see where you size up?
Yep.
You know, but other than that, I know Ahmad Ashkenani is going to be there.
Yes. Where did he qualify? Hang on. When did he qualify?
He's on the list.
Is he on the list? Because I don't remember when he. It's not in the front of my mind when he qualified. So I wonder when it was.
Did he get top 5 last Olympia?
Was he 5th or 6th? No. He must have been. Has to have been. If he's on the list, he's on the list. You know.
I believe he was top 5 last year.
Yeah.
But I would like to go up against him again. I thought I edged him out in New York, but, you know, the judges saw otherwise. And, yeah, that's probably the one.
Yeah.
To, you know, go up against Ahmad again.
Because that's your gauge, isn't it, of whether you've improved or not. You've got to step over those next guys. Like Valier to step over. If he beats Kuklo next week, he's beaten the guy who's placed ahead of him at the Olympia. So he's moved up, you know? It's a good gauge.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of where I am. But everybody's food, man. So, you know, I just... You know, and I say that respectfully because I know these guys are phenomenal.
Of course.
Let's keep it real. They're the best in the world at their division. And, you know, who wouldn't want to be in that conversation? You know? So no matter who they are, I want to be in that conversation, size them up, and, you know, see if I improve. You know, I want to walk the walk.
Oh, I tell you what, the 212 the last 2 years, I think, especially after when Flex Lewis and Jose and all those guys kind of left the 212, I think there was a real. I've said this before in other interviews. I said there was a bit of a nervous, you know, when they moved it from the Arnold. But I tell you what, the last 2 years, there's been a real excitement around the 212. You know, like, you know, Derek Lunsford. I mean, Derek Lunsford's looking sensational. I don't know what the hell he's done. You know, you got Kamal and Sean Clarida and George Peterson stepping over from Classic to 212. So many new guys coming through, man. People like yourself, you know, rising up, you know, it's amazing.
Well, you know, I don't know what it is, but the 212 guys just really bring it.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that we're overlooked, but it's always like, you know, people pay attention to the open. They want to see the mats.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, but I think we bring the conditioning, like a different level of conditioning. And, you know, it's for me like the better division right now. I don't know. I would call me biased, but I think 212 really steals the show very often.
I think it's because it's maybe less predictable as well.
I agree. But you know, I still respect all the respect to the mass monsters in the open.
Of course.
You know, a lot of them have that conditioning too.
Any final thank yous before I let you go, Kerrith?
Well, yes, I gotta thank my coach, Dave Palumbo. I gotta thank my lady, Lori Garafello, family, everybody that's been riding with me on this journey, guys like you in the industry that have been saying, hey, watch this guy. You know, Ron, thank you, man. Jose, thank you. These are all guys that have been there since like day one. They saw me, like, that guy, you know, and, you know, I had to stay humble in this journey, you know, when I wanted to quit, when I wanted to walk away, you know, because I didn't want to become a thing because, you know, sheer numbers, you know, there's a lot of great bodybuilders out there. You know, I just didn't realize my worth. But I think I could bring something to the industry and set it on its ear.
Well, you should be feeling confident because you've won a big pro show and you beat some like John Dewitt's and Ahmad Wadani's and Dektrick. I mean, you beat some fantastic Jason Lowe. You beat some really good pros there. And you've got just enough time to kind of have a couple of days off, but also to really focus and try and make improvements to the Olympia now. So, and I'll tell you, Big Mike Cox was raving about you on the forum. I don't know whether you've gone back and read. He was great. He said, yep, Kerrith all the way, Kerrith all the way, Kerrith all the way. Because I was really rooting for Ahmad as well, you know, because I've been promoting him the last few weeks and I was really rooting for him. And obviously Dektrick as well, I had on last week, and I was like, you know, because it was, and Jason, I knew it would be such a well contested class. John Dewitt again, you know. And it's I was really happy for you there, mate. And you've you know, really good victory, and it's good to be going in with a good, not just on points, but on a good quality win, you know.
Yeah, well, from what I'm told, it was the biggest show as far as athletes go.
Yep.
And I said it to a few people. Said it to my girl, and then I said it to John Dewitt. I was like, whoever takes out all these bodies is saying something.
Yeah.
But kind of cool because I was that guy. You know?
You were, yes, you were. Yeah, fantastic.
You know.
Cool.
But yeah, it was an awesome show. I wish you could have been there, man. Would have loved to meet you.
Oh yeah, well, I went last time I went to the Tampa was 2017, and it was a fantastic show, and I love Tim Gardner shows. But hopefully, all being well, I'll be at the Olympia, and we can and I can see you on stage, and and see you in the flesh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cool. All right then, mate. Well, I'll let you go, Kerrith, and get back to your 2 hours of cardio a day. 2 hours of cardio. That's crazy.
We're not doing that right now.
Okay.
Kind of chilling right now. So hopefully we're at that stage where we don't have to start there.
Yeah. Good. Cool.
But that was just for a brief moment.
Okay. Well, once again, mate, congratulations on a huge win there. You must, but like I said, it's we've got a lot of people talking about you now. Get jumping on your social media. 5 minutes a day. That's all you need to put into it. And and let's try build your profile.
I'll give it 10.
He's giving it 10 minutes. It's contractually obliged now. So.
Verbal contract.
Verbal contract. Yeah, it's verbally binding in America. Right. Okay then, Kerrith. Thank you so much for coming on MD Global Muscle, and all the best for your Olympia prep.
Thanks for having me, guys. Okay. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Kerrith. Bye-bye. So, okay. So next I want to go on to, obviously we've got the Tampa Pro. Well, this week, by the time this goes out, Kuklo versus Valier. Who's your money on?
Is Kuklo coming?
Yes, he's going to Texas. Sorry, Texas.
Okay, so first we have a Tampa.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Tampa.
Okay,
first.
let's go talk about Tampa. Yeah.
Let's Tampa first. So Tampa, we have a phenomenon from Canada, Ian Valerie. Valier. I don't know. It's Valier or Valerie?
Valier. go to his Instagram.
Yeah.
Ian Valier.
All the Canadians have hard names. Antoine Vaillant. It's a little bit. So Ian Valerie.
Yeah.
I would say Valerie, but Valier, I guess. Listen. And I want to say this publicly, of course. First, when I discussed with Ian after his victory in New York, last thing that I wanted to do is to discredit him and say anything bad about. My conversation was just that there was comparison, was not secure victory. There he was challenged. But then conversation went sideways, and maybe he got offended. And I understand, if anybody wins the contest and then hears the comments that maybe they shouldn't win, they cannot possibly appreciate that. Who would?
Yeah.
But this is a bodybuilding contest, and you have to respect all the others' opinions. So when you analyze, dissect, and say, okay, from this aspect, from that aspect, maybe, you were challenged. Now, at Olympia, he was super impressive. Super impressive. I mean, you gotta love the guy. Also, if you've never seen Ian ever, and he steps on the stage, I guarantee you 99% of the bodybuilding fans are gonna say, wow, hell yes, we love it.
Yeah.
Because that's it. It's a hard-earned, pure, dense, thick muscle that is so appreciated. He's kind of Dorian Yates-ish, with the more aesthetics. He appears more shapely than Dorian and has some of his attributes. There's many poses, like that side relaxed pose. As a matter of fact, I didn't do it, but I can prove it in my phone. I've seen a Dorian Yates side relax, and then Ian Valerie, and then I put them together on my phone.
Oh wow!
I was gonna send it to him, but then I didn't because I don't know if he's still kind of mad at me. So just to say, Ian Valerie is going as a favorite into the show because he has everything. He has the width, has the size. He nailed the conditioning at Olympia. He has a very strong body parts. He's polished, very confident. So he's one of the favorites for sure. Of course, I have a Max coming to challenge him.
Yes.
And of course, I see that Max can, still beat him. When you go pose by pose, we'll see.
Okay.
We like our chances, but this, I don't say anything that, oh yeah, Max is going to smoke him, this and that. But, the Max has his strong poses, strong body parts, and is also coming very confident.
What about some other names like Shaban, Charles Griffin? They're going to be at Tampa.
Yeah, Charles Griffin, I seen him in 2018 Indianapolis, and he looked phenomenal. I think he was second to Kuklo.
Yeah? Right, yes. Was that Indiana? Indy Pro?
Indy Pro, yes.
Yeah.
And this is the first time actually I've seen Jan Valery. This is the first time, and I was commentating for MD, and in my views, I said, for me, Jan Valery won the show. He was fourth.
Oh, wow.
I said, for me, yeah, he was most impressive. I just looked, combination of everything, size, conditioning, aesthetics, balance, everything was there. I was super, super impressed. Then I told Jan, which he took a little bit against me, that I didn't see the progress for a while. You know, he didn't improve. He actually
Milos, that's fair. That's fair, because I interviewed him today, and I said, you finally, in 2020, you broke the curse of that 2018 Olympia where you nailed it and you looked incredible. And in 2019 and most of 2019, he kind of regressed a little bit. He certainly didn't make any progress. And then 2020, they started getting the formula right, and then he won the New York Pro, and like you said, looked sensational at the Olympia. So I think that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, look, I always just call it the way it is.
Yeah,
I don't.
That's
fair. You guys know me that I'm very passionate about this. A lot of people would take me that I'm just a biased coach. Believe me, I've said to many guys right in front of my guys that they deserve to beat them, even when my guys beat them. There was many instances I can point out who and when.
Yeah.
I just speak my heart when I see it.
Yeah.
So when I see Jan Valery, oh my God, I'm impressed. I love his physique. I love the guy. I think the guy is great. You know, I apologize that I think I made him and his wife cry due to my comments, which is really heartbreaking for me. I never meant it, so that breaks my heart. But going into this show, Jan is so confident. He says, okay, I'm coming to take your lunch money. Give me the Olympia presentation. Listen.
Yeah.
That's winner's mentality. But there is also a fine line between arrogance and confidence. While confidence is sexy and needed and something I would support, arrogance can be considered as be humble or be humbled. Be careful. The choice of words can get you in trouble. But he's in there for running. Charles Griffin is making a comeback, and he has so much muscle. He can be very dangerous.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think he has a X-frame and B-taper of Jan Valery and Max. He's more compact, more straight. So, from an aspect of aesthetics, right away you look for a wide shoulder, small waist, sweeping thighs, right? That's what you're looking. He doesn't have that. He's a little bit narrow, but William Boyniak doesn't have it, right? And he still plays as high as second at Olympia. Charles Griffin is thickly muscled. Goddamn, those arms. I wish I had a half of his arm as my arm when I was competing, right?
Yeah.
So he is in running. Now, two guys, I love both, and I discussed about Shaban and Hassan. First of all, they're both already qualified for Olympia. If you do the mathematics, as a matter of fact,
sorry, Milos, is Hassan doing it? Is Hassan definitely doing Tampa?
I think so too.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic! Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I think that by points, this Mohammed El-Amam from Russia, 15. Yep. Hassan Mustafa was 15, and then Shabana has a 14. Nobody can pass them.
Okay.
By numbers, but they're doing it, and I encourage them to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you some interesting fact, which I was pissed off kinda. All these guys, they're missing the shows. Like we had earlier a couple of shows already, and hardly anybody is showing up. Why you're not showing up? I competed in every pro show. Yeah. Okay, in every pro show during a year.
It's incredible.
Not just to qualify, but look at here. 1999, I was already qualified. But I did Ironman. I was second to Chris Cormier. Second place is another qualification for Olympia. Oh, well, next week was Arnold Classic. I went on a classic, I was top 5. Top 5 is qualified. So I got the 3rd qualification for Olympia the same year. Then I went to Canada. I placed 2nd.
Crazy.
I was 4th for the qualification. And then I went to Night of the Champions and requalified. I qualified 5 times.
Wow.
During
Okay.
the season, right? Why? Because I'm a pro bodybuilder. This is my work. It was opportunity. I have to work. I do not understand the attitude of all these pros. I'm going to skip Tampa, do this, skip this, go there. It's a goddamn show. After all this pandemic, now we are blessed that we have these shows. I was expecting 40 guys in each show because now there's more.
Milos, we're running out of shows and we've still got a lot of big names yet to qualify. So that means really there's going to be some big names that are not going to be in this year's Olympia. It's, you know, because they've left it, like you said, they've left it too late.
Yes, but Hassan, okay, and Shaban entering the shows, of course, they still believe they can win the contest. Hassan has all the potential in the world. You saw him at New York last year, and they were very complimentary. If he would have won the contest also, it wouldn't be a bad decision. You know, he looked that good.
Yeah.
But he didn't, and from that point on, his conditioning started slipping considerably. In California Pro, he was very, very soft, and then you know, a few more shows. Still has a great physique, so much muscle. It's right about there. He was better in Chicago, but not so good. So he's trying probably another peaking tryout and see maybe he delivers it. Shaban, even though placing 2nd twice and looking pretty good, he didn't nail it. And I told him this also if you look at his Instagram photos, 3 days out, 2 days out, and absolutely mind-bogglingly peeled, dried, fibrotic, you know, comments of, I don't want a skin, I want to, you know, go beyond the skin, you know. Yeah. And then he comes a little softer. He did tighten up for a final show in Chicago and bypass Raleigh. I think deservingly. Not just even physique-wise. I want to tell you this also. Raleigh was kind of down. You could see on his face. He was struggling. He didn't want to really hit the poses. He didn't hold the poses. When he was relaxed, he was completely relaxed, dropping the shoulders, relaxing the stomach, relaxing the legs. And look, you're in the lineup. Everybody in the world is watching you. There's a live stream. Millions of people are watching you. And you're on the stage, you know, out of breath and relaxed. I mean, I urge everyone. The second you put your foot on the stage, there's no such a thing as relaxing, for the love of God. If this is your moment to shine, this is a moment that you can attract the attention of the judges. First impression is only that first time you step on the stage. If you step on the stage looking crazy, of course, judges gonna, you know, eye you and bring you to that first call out.
Do you remember those 90s Olympia videos and everyone was just stood like statues? Lila Brada, Dorian, Flex Wheeler, Sean Ray, they, like yourself. You were just all like perfect, everything, abs, legs, everything was tense the whole time you're up there.
As it should be. I mean, that's what I was doing.
100%.
That's what I was doing because, listen, I mean, if you and I are the judges, and right now we have a comparison of whatever, 5 guys, but we have already made a decision, okay? We had the top 5, and there's a couple more poses going. What we're going to do, we're going to glance to the side and look, okay, who is next? Oh, who is next? So if I see Max Charles with the perfect abs, strided chest, standing tall, good legs, and then I see somebody else like Raleigh that dropped the shoulders, stomach, legs. I mean, who am I going to call? He could be called just by, you know, a name value, but not by what he's presenting. So it's super important. Steve Weinberger, I love it. He was working them. And now it's becoming fun. You know, now as Dennis James was doing a magic work with the big Rami and making pose, hold that poses, so he could actually get better as they kept posing. Like Max Charles was getting better. I don't know if you notice, if you watch the whole footage, you know, well, Brad Wilkin. You could see breathing from the stomach, going.
You could tell Brett Wilkin. I mean, I really hyped this guy beforehand, and I said I actually predicted him as being second before the show, and not many people were. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, you could tell when I watched the posing, you could tell he was a rookie because his beautiful physique, amazing, but his posing was shocking. It was terrible. Like he was, he just wasn't holding his poses. But that's like that lack of experience.
Yeah, I love the guy, and
incredible.
I don't want to. A lot of times people say this, they take it the wrong way. What else can I say to the guy but tell him, look, I think you look like me.
Wow,
which should be the compliment, right?
Yeah. Wow, yeah.
You have a very similar physique to mine, and I always love my physique, of course. I wouldn't change my physique to anybody's. I wasn't winning the shows, but I built a physique that I love, and, I want to represent myself in that way. So Brad has that. I mean, from men's physique to classic physique to 212 to the open division, how much mass he put, it's phenomenal. But he was still a little bit smaller. Standing next to Max Charles, it was apparent, right? He would overpower him. He lifts his arms. Arms were not there. Tighter from lower part of the back, hamstring glutes, get the attention. But what I was saying is, again, all the people stepping on the stage, be prepared. This is not like a UFC fight and one round is 1 minute. It lasts 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You can maybe weather the storm in the 1 minute from anybody, but then you have 4 more minutes to fight. And if you're not ready, you're going to be knocked out. Now this is becoming bodybuilding, and I commend Steve Weinberger for doing this. I mean, he's expecting them to hit the pose, hold the pose, and be compared. Because if you hit the pose, and there's 6 of you on the stage, me as a judge, I have to look at you. Okay, you're good. You and the guy next to you. This too, okay. But now I need to look at you and the 3rd guy, you and the 4th guy, you and the 5th guy. And if you, in the meantime, relax and they are on, you lost. So everybody has to keep that pose just perfectly for a prolonged period of time.
Milos, have you noticed that Phil and Kai are looking in very, very good shape? Do you have any inside information on that, please?
I have an inside prediction. Listen, I posted, you follow my Instagram. As soon as I saw that Kai Green signed for a Ratcon, I sent him welcome back to Olympia post.
Okay.
Okay.
I saw that.
Listen, I mean, I can't teach you anything, but I can make you think. So I'm just saying, I always think. So what does it mean? What does it mean? Oh, there is this possibility. So you look at Kai, looks big, looks in shape. He was second to Phil, 3 times. Came so close to the Olympia, tasted it. He's right there, and rightfully, he maybe even think that he deserved one. So he turned to the business, made the millions, but is true to his bodybuilding self. He loves training. That's who he is. He loves performing. He loves performing. He needs the stage to be alive, okay? He's watching the Olympia last few years, and he realizes, I can get these guys. And he can. So, guarantee, even though they say, he teases and never shows up, he has no injuries, nothing that you can see that muscle is damaged, like, what I did with Synthol and fibrotic necrotic tissue, or somebody that has a torn muscle. He's healthy. He is in the top condition already. Give me one reason why he wouldn't compete. That's millions of dollars, and not just that. That's a legacy forever. So right now, if you and I are guessing, do we think that Kai believes he can win? I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure that he believes he can win. Therefore, he can have a chance. He's in shape. Why wouldn't you compete? So I'm positive he's going to compete.
Maybe he's going to guest pose.
No.
Stirring the pot a bit. Milos, I don't think he's going to compete. I don't think he's going to compete. But I tell you what, Phil's not going to pull a Kai. Phil's looking in very good shape. Is he getting ready for a film role, or is he getting ready for the Arnold? Or because Phil never won an Arnold. He should have won it in 2010, but that's But yeah. What's he getting ready for?
Like you said, for something other than Olympia stage. Yeah, I'm convinced. Because let's face it,
film role.
And I was thinking that Phil is going to come back and win the title, be at his best. And that was my prediction, official, because he had that Phil hit, gifted, three-dimensional, flawless diamond that is bursting. There's just like fiber after fiber. It didn't happen. He lost that little something. Even 2018 when he lost to Sean Roden, if you really analyze him, he was not off. He was just off for Phil Heath's spectacular 3D, razor sharp, wow physique. He was fed off, but when you really look, was he spilled over? No. I mean, he was quite dry. You look at the hamstring glutes. So why do we say he was off? Once you set the standard, they don't just for what you look like now. They judge you with your previous outings, and previously he was better. So fading in the finals and slipping from a second place into the third, that should be actually fourth, because Hadi Choopan should have surpassed him at that one. And if you even remember when pose down came about and Hadi Choopan was calling him out, stand right here next to me, let's hit the pose.
Hadi, I was looking at the score sheets today. Hadi was second at the night show, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he was. He was actually. He moved from fourth to second.
Yes, deservingly so. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you another thing that maybe people are not going to disagree. I wouldn't have an argument of Hadi being second after prejudging also.
Oh, wow.
But also, I said that he should have won 2019. That was my views.
A lot of people did. A lot of people did. Some people did.
Hadi was that good. And Hadi beating in finals of 2020 Olympia the actual champion Brandon Curry.
Yeah.
Would prove that. Oh, okay. Brandon Curry came like little improved, and Hadi beat him at the finals. Oh, could he possibly beat him a year earlier? Yes, he could. In my opinion, Hadi could have won.
He's very close.
Yeah, it was close. He could go either way.
Either way. Yeah, there was like it was everyone.
About Hadi. Yeah. He has a combination of everything, that just dance muscle and his muscle representation. He is one of the epitomes of posing is not effort. Posing is enjoyment.
Yeah.
Look at me. This is
the way he hits that frontal bicep. He just throws his arms up and he just hits it. You're really like boom.
I love watching him perform.
Yeah.
But on that note, so Hadi was maybe slightly a little off for him, but that's for him. He was still better conditioned than Brandon, and they just, he slipped a little bit, so they put him on the side. But then they realized at the finals, oh shit, he's that good.
Yep.
They push him straight second places. And let me tell you, he is a threat for Big Ramy. He is a threat. Interestingly, he's supposed to be a small guy. And I tell you, you've seen it. At Arnold Classic, when William Bonac won and Dexter Jackson was second, Ramy was third, just standing in a lineup. He was a Bonac, he was a Dexter, and here
douche.
Was,
yeah. Wow.
Yeah, you remember that?
It was so wide. It was crazy. Crazy.
Well, look, when Hadi was next to Ramy, like open up and a lot spread, he was just as wide. It was shocking. I encourage you to look at some old footage. Oh my God!
What do you think to the criticism of Hadi's shoulders? Because I watched a video of him today posted about putting a towel on a bench, and I'm telling you, there's something a little bit going on with those shoulders. I think he needs to stop it. Let's
speak English. Let's speak English because we all know that bodybuilders inject steroids. Steroids are intramuscular injections.
Yeah, yeah.
And you do it in particular muscle.
Yeah.
Before there was just the glutes, and then there was rear delts and side delts, right?
I think he needs to calm it down, mate. I think he needs to calm it down.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, when you're injecting hundreds and hundreds of times in the same place, you create the scar tissue, and then it becomes abnormal. It doesn't look anatomically correct, and then sticks out a certain way. And yes, that was something that people point out for Hadi even earlier, and suggesting maybe it's site enhancement. No, site enhancement, it looks different. But this is just steroid injections that, if I would be him, I would have those deep tissue massages, break down as much as possible, massage it, right? And if I would inject it again, I would inject it with the long 1.5 or deeper, so it wouldn't affect the upper layers, so it can look, more impressive.
Yeah.
Let's face it. I mean, Olympia is not drug-free, right? Everybody has to put it somewhere.
Yeah.
And we've seen the abscesses all over the place.
Oh, God, yes.
People put in the leg.
Yeah.
And put in the lats, put in the traps. Oh, my God. Yeah.
Milos, we have another guest in 5 minutes, so yeah, I know. I thought an hour will be enough.
I'm so offended.
Milos, I want to get you on again. I want to get you on again because I just love talking to you. Because do you know what? You're the only one I don't prepare anything for, because I know as soon as we start talking, we're away and there's so much to cover. So yeah, it's awesome, mate. And I love catching up, mate. And I love I love our chats, mate. They're really good. And I know that the bodybuilding fans love hearing your opinions,
Okay, if I have 5 minutes, so I just have to conclude this with Phil Heath, because I said I believe Kai Green is going to compete, and I don't believe Phil Heath is going to compete. I just don't. He is downsized. His midsection looks very, very good. Those videos that went viral, you can see much better flat. Okay, you can see that scar, from hernia surgery, but stomach is flat.
Yes.
At the same time, he does look downsized. Now, unfortunately for Phil, he was never wide. He was narrowish. So if now narrowish guy gets even more narrow, could you stand next to Big Ramy, and maybe Hadi Chupan and Brandon Curry that has this, and other guys? No, I don't think he would want to compete. He slipped to the 3rd place, and it could be worse if he competes this time.
I'd love to see him win an Arnold, because he never won the Arnold. He tried a few times, but yeah. So yeah. Oh well, it's exciting. Still exciting season to come, mate.
Just for Phil to understand, I love his physique. Of course, I think he's one of the greatest of all time. And Phil at his best is art form. It's magnificent.
Incredible.
It's just as I aged and as I've seen many other people age, there is something that goes away once you start becoming older, once you stop training for a while, retire for a while, trying to make a comeback. Your mind is still the same. You think, I can accomplish this again, but sometimes body doesn't follow exactly.
Yeah. Milos, this has been absolutely incredible. Always great to catch up. And I look forward to maybe I'll have to get you on again after a few more of these shows have happened. So I'll be excited. I'll definitely get you on before the Olympia. Let's do some Olympia predictions.
Olympia predictions?
Oh, no, not now. We'll come on in a few. Let's get the Tampa, Texas, Alicante out the way, Arnold Classic, and then we'll get on, and then we'll start hashing it out, mate.
All right. Yes. By all means, I love to chat with you. I love to argue with you when we back and forth. We don't agree. I think this is the most funnest part.
Yeah,
listen, I always respect your opinion. You see something that I don't, and you stand behind your opinion. I love that. I absolutely love it. But you don't believe that Kai is going to compete? I do believe, really. Nope. I feel it. I feel it's time.
Bet you $50.
$50?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm committed. Stop recording. Stop recording.
Hey, do I have a 5-to-1 odds?
5-1 odds.
Yeah, I win 250 if I win and you win 50.
I'll tell you what. Yes. Okay then. Yes, 5-1.
There you go.
Go on. Okay. There you go. I'll drink to that. Okay then, Milos. Thank you so much for coming on, mate, and we'll speak again very, very soon.
All right, man.
Thank you, Milos.
Love
Bye-bye.
you, man.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And welcome back to MD Global Muscle here at the On the Rise Media Studio with me, your host, Giles Thomas. And we're joined all the way from Tampa, the Jamaican tank, Phil Clahar.
Hey, what's going on, Giles?
Phil, where do we start, Phil?
I don't know. You tell me.
Oh, mate. What a shock. I tell you what, that was the absolute... I was going crazy watching that yesterday at the Tampa. Like we had you on, 9 months ago now. Now, let's go back to Chicago. And I said on last episode of Global Muscle, had you on the preview with Ron Harris. We were talking about you. And I said, I'm so disappointed. I had such high hopes for you and Joe Mackey. You were third call out. You got 11th place. And I just said, I just really hope he goes to Tampa, he tightens it up, and at least gets a fair look, and we see him in that top 5. And, mate, you just exceeded all our expectations, and you completely blew our minds.
Yeah, well, when I was in Chicago, I mean, it's not that we weren't ready. I mean, my body was going through some obstacles because, we have 3 of our grandchildren staying with us temporarily, a 1-year-old, 5-year-old, and an 8-year-old. And, that's kind of tough with, hold on. Oh, come on, Phil. This is not good. All right. So, can you see me?
Yeah, just tilt it back a little bit. Just a bit more. Okay. The other way. Oh,
towards me?
Yeah, please, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Perfect. Yep.
Okay. So like I said, it's not like we weren't ready. I was going through some obstacles that taxed my body. And then the drive, we drove to Atlanta, which we've done before. But I don't know. A lot of things were just not corresponding with my body. But
oh, you put me on hold. Somebody's ringing. That's what it is. Somebody's trying to ring him all the time. Somebody's trying to ring you, mate.
It's been crazy. Ever since the show, I can't. The phone won't stop. I'm trying to keep up with everything that's going on. I totally apologize.
That's okay.
But I think we brought a good package. I believe that I was overlooked. I think I should at least still be called out in the second call out and given an opportunity. So when we decided to do Tampa, which I always bring it in Tampa. I mean, it's my hometown.
Oh, he's on hold again. Somebody's trying to ring him. Mr. Popular. Continue.
Could you let Todd know to not call my phone? I'm busy.
Todd?
Yeah. So we went deep into some very dark places training-wise to bring up a grainy, hard, sick-looking physique. So Phil was like, listen, if you're ready to go, you're going to do some suffering. He said, I understand you're 47. I said, listen, bro, my age don't got nothing to do with it. You give it to me and I'm going to do it. I'm a hard worker. You know what I mean? I work a full-time job. Like I explained to you last year, I am very busy. No sponsors, no nothing. So I have to be on my grind for bodybuilding and for my clients. And I have athletes and online clients as well. So we pushed it. And we pushed it to all levels. I had to ice my knee, my legs, my ankles. And my body, within a week before the show, every day was getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And I was shocking myself because I never thought, from my age, I would dig it up and bring it in. So that's telling me I still have more.
Yeah.
I can offer,
Mate, you're peaking at 47.
I see this.
Actually, Actually, you've not peaked yet. You're just getting started, mate.
I'm getting started. They say that, it's like fine wine. We get better with age.
do you know what? I'm actually considering making a comeback, mate, because I saw that yesterday and I was like, holy shit. I said, this can be done.
Well, honestly, I do this for way more than just myself. There's a lot of athletes and there's a lot of other people out there in my gym and other gyms that look up to me and tell me that, because of me is why they just come. And even if it's to walk on a treadmill, 70-year-olds, 80-year-olds, that tells me I give them hope. So as long as God continue to bless me with the gift he has blessed me with, I'm going to continue to push forward as long as he continues to say he wants me to. And this year, I was giving myself up to next year. I was talking to my wife and I said, the end of next year, I'm just going to call it quits. I'm going to be 48 years old and I'm just going to call it quits. We got 9 grandkids.
Wow.
So, it's really taxing. So, but after this week,
yes. Wow.
A lot of thought is going in, and we're flying out to Texas. We're leaving Wednesday, and we're going to go for round 2. Ian will be in Texas. I love the guy. He did a great job. He got his win. Congratulations, Ian. But now it's round 2, and we're going to go battle it out. Me, Ian, and Steve Kukla.
You're doing Texas?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. Wow, now that's really exciting. That's really... I mean, because thing is, let's go back to, say last year, Antoine Vaillant went from 7th at the New York Pro to winning the Cali Pro within, 1 week or 2 weeks? But to go from 11th to 2nd, and it was such a drum... Because I was just... Because when you came out, I thought, my God, Phil looks really, really good. I hope they put him next to... And in the way they were moving you around, I just thought... Do you know what? I think he's top 3. And then I said, if you look at what you can read on the forum, the proof's there. And I said, I think he's got 2nd. And then I said to someone, I'd have had no argument with him winning it because Ian worried me at the judging and he kind of pulled it out the bag for the night show. But I was thinking, could Phil even win this?
When they had me in the middle. And when they had me in the middle with Max Griffin and Ian.
Yeah.
Charles Griffin.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Everything, I was ready. I mean, we came ready, but I'm a showman. So when the heat is on, I'm going to bring it no matter who's there. I respect every bodybuilder. I think every bodybuilder is great. They all put in hard work. I still believe Tampa was my night. I still believe in my heart of hearts. I pulled that show out. I'm not going to change my mind. Nothing against or taking from Ian. I think that I brought a grainy, hard, complete package. I put on a show for the crowd. I came and I brought bodybuilding. I brought it there. I came to entertain. That's what I do. I love the fans. I love the IFBB. I did everything they asked me to do coming from the Chicago. I spoke with Steve and Phil is still IMing me. Patty. And coming from Chicago, and I sat down with Steve, and he just blunt force trauma told me what I needed to do.
Yeah.
And I brought more than what they asked. And when I stepped on stage and saw Steve and Tyler, I knew they were happy.
Oh, because I think your physique over last year, I think it's better balanced this year. I thought you were very chest and back dominant last year, but now your arms and your legs are really I was thinking, because I was watching every angle, I was thinking that side chest looks sensational. The front lat spread looks great. The rear shots, well, you look more complete. Yeah.
Brought in the midsection in the waist. So I'm really, really excited. I see that my body can continue to produce and push forward. I was told, specifically, I'm saying no names, to go to Texas tonight. When you're told to go, you go. So I am going to go, and the flights are booked. The hotel is already booked. And we're going to be out of here on Wednesday.
So, I mean, what point? Because, I mean, you said you were disappointed from Chicago. I was disappointed, but at what point? And you said you went through a lot of suffering after that. But at what point did you think, okay, I'm really looking quite different here to how I looked in Chicago? When was that?
Honestly, tell you the truth, it was right after we did the Chicago Pro in Atlanta.
Yeah. It's confusing.
Should call it the Atlanta Pro, but when we did the Chicago Pro in Atlanta, Phil said, "Go have one cheat meal and then get back on the grind." My body operates on junk, so I said,
"Really,
Patty, we're gonna go eat all day into tomorrow morning," and I did. But it triggered something with my metabolism once we got back on the grind on Monday, and everything started coming in. When I sent him my Monday fasted shots, he was like, "Holy crap!" After that, it was just hell and high water. I was up at 4:30 in the morning. I went in the gym. I did my hour of cardio. I did a lot of glute and hamstring work. We really wanted to tie in the lower glutes a little bit more because it was, it could have been better. We wanted to come in drier. We wanted to come in grainier. So he said, Phil, listen to me. You're competing against these top name bodybuilders. It's like going fighting a boxer or Olympian that's been Olympian for a while. They don't lose titles easily. You have to knock them out the box. So we have to go for the knockout. We have to be peeled. We have to come in peeled. I've never seen you peeled, and he helped get me peeled.
Do you know what? I think if you actually watch last episode, go back and watch it, because I said it was when Sulios posted those pictures. Was it 1 week out or something? And I just looked at it and I just went, wow. And I actually said on the show, and I said, I see a change here. I see that he's really leveled up, because it said you come down to about 260 from 270. And I was just like, I said, please, I hope he gets a good looking, because you did. Just everything just seemed to just fall into place just at that point,
Yeah, and as you know, and I told you last year, we're big Christians, and I believe that God played a very big part of my life, and he structured, I call it the armor of God, and he structured something so unique with me by, every day I was telling my wife, it's no way I can keep getting up at 4:30. I have a full schedule of work. I'm tired. I'm falling asleep on my feet training my clients. And shout out to my clients, man, because them dealing with my meanness and anger and mood changes and, being very, very tired. They helped me pull through to this. And I just said, God said to me, take it one day at a time. Take your hand off the wheel and let me control. If you can just get up and put one foot in front of the other. And I just did that. And as we kept going on, I said to my wife, we can do this. We're going to go win Tampa, no matter who shows up, And when we got there, the pros all looked at me when I stripped down, and they're like, wow. They said, you brought it.
Yeah.
So we're going to come in a little bit more tighter for Texas, just a little bit more, but not change anything. We're going to come in with the same package, but a smidgen tighter.
I'll tell you what I was thinking yesterday when I was watching it. I was thinking, I hope this sends a message to the guys that work like, so hard for a year to make improvements, to come back, and then they go and they get a slap in the face, like an 11th place. And it's like, oh my God, I was 4th place last year at a pro show. Now I've come back bigger and better. I've worked hard all year and I've got 11th. I really hope this inspires people to keep going and to show what can be done in a very short space of time. Antoine Vaillant did it last year. You've done it this year. Like you and Joe Mackey, I was really rooting for you both, and that you got 11th, he got 12th. He decided not to compete for the rest of the year now, come back next year, but you kept going, and I just love that. I think it's really inspiring to those guys. And you know what I like the fact that you were all judged fairly, because you all got a proper look. Because I agreed, someone put the top 6 before it happened, and they said, this is what I think will happen. And I said, if you go read on the forum, and I said, I think you're going to be bang on there, mate. I think you're right. And that's exactly how it worked out. So it was judged very, very, very fairly. So it gives you guys a real fighting chance.
Yes, and that's all, honestly, guys, that's all I asked for.
Yeah.
I asked for a fair shot. Just put me up there, give me an opportunity to prove myself, and I won't let the IFBB judges down if they just give me a shot. And let me tell you something. When I stepped out for the first comparison with the first 6 guys, I saw Steve and Tyler, and I could see that they said, okay, yeah, he brought it.
Yeah.
So I was extremely happy. Actually, when they called my number, I didn't move because I was like, and then when I said, oh my God, they're going to give me a shot, they're going to give me an opportunity to do this. There's no way I'm going to mess it up. And I went out there and I did everything I could possibly do. So yes, I tell everybody, man, don't never, ever, ever listen, bodybuilding is a tough sport, especially the IFBB. It's very, very tough, and it can be very frustrating. If you look at me throughout my career, I got a shot in the dark a few times, but I still continue to pull it through. So yes, to all those, no matter what age you are, it don't matter. Get out there and fight against these young boys and show them that we can stand tall and battle right next to them.
Yeah.
Also, I want to give a shout out to Max Charles. Charles Griffin as well. I mean, these guys and a bunch of all the other guys brought some crazy. Listen, Tampa, for some reason, bring out some very, very high-quality, talented competitors. But Max gave me a lot of support verbally every show we did, and I just want to give him a special shout-out to Max Charles. He's going to keep pushing. I think he's doing the Arnold, and keep doing it, brother. Great job. Keep pushing.
I can imagine how you reacted when you were called out first call out. Because imagine being third call out in a show and then, a week or 2 weeks. Was it a week or 2 weeks? When was Chicago?
It's a week out.
Wow. So a week later and you're being called out in the first call out in arguably an even more competitive show. I bet you're like, what? It's like they really saw you. They really stood out in the line. It wasn't like you were third call out and then they went, oh, actually, Phil's in shape. We need to call him out again. Let's bring him out. And then you moved up. They knew straight away. They saw the improvement straight away when you walked out that you were first call out material.
Yeah, and I made some changes. I correct a lot of things with my posing.
Yeah.
To really improve my posture, because I'm tall. I'm 6 foot. So there's certain ways I have to sit back and lean back for the judges to get a good shot in view. So I worked a lot more better on my poses and how I display my physique per se. And a lot of this all helps. And I take a lot of time and passion with posing because I want to pose for my structure and my physique. I admire every bodybuilder, Flex Wheeler, and a lot of other people. And I take little dips from every one of those. But at the end of the day, man, it's like a Rocky story.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I tell everybody, we're like Rocky, man. We don't never give up. We keep pushing. And no matter what, if you look at it, his movies are still going. So we're going to keep bouncing back and continue to fight. And I'm going to give this a good spell. I'm confident in Phil Viz. He did a great job with me in a short period of time. This is my first year working with him.
Okay. I'm
still part of HD because he's still part of HD. So shout out to you, Dorian. He's getting ready for his show to try to get his pro card. Yeah, he's nailing it. And my thing is, I need to be a coach that's nailing it and stay consistent with that coach. And I think I could shock the world. I really believe in my heart I'm going to bring something very lovely to Texas. Watch out.
If you go back and read the forum, I said his back, all the separation in his back. I said it looks like he's been carved with a Rambo knife. Read it. I said it looks like he's been sliced up by a Rambo knife. I said that's how deep. Because when you hit your radial bicep, I mean, everything was just so separated and detailed because your back is very complete. But now your glutes and your legs, your hamstrings, everything are more developed than they were last year. It's a really top to toe. Like, I mean, what is it with guys named Phil and having amazing radial biceps?
What do we say that again?
I said, what is it with guys named Phil having amazing radial bicep poses?
I guess all the Phils. A lot of people. Somebody put a post and said, "Is his Phil? He's dead? Or
he's dead." You had it when you were 5.
It's like the jokes are all coming out, but you know, at the end of the day, back shots have always been my thing.
Yeah.
I love it from Ronnie Coleman. And that's what I do when I turn to the back. I call for the crowd because I know, you know, my back double bicep and my back lat spread is very serious. You know, it's genetically a Phil thing. So yeah, Phil Heath has a great round muscle belly physique and a great shot from the back. So I guess it's just a Phil thing. So
what's the plan now? When do you head home and then when do you head to Texas?
We're flying out Wednesday. Actually, we're at the host hotel. We're about to go jam at the party. We always got to go to the Volcano pool party, Tim Cardinal Productions.
Oh, fantastic!
So we're in a special area in a restaurant right now doing this interview with you. Then we're going to head out to the pool just for a little bit, and then I got to get back on the ground. I got up this morning, me and Patty. We went and did our fasting cardio, nice. And then I have to head to the gym tonight to do legs because he wants me to be off the legs for the rest of the week and just train the upper body, give the legs time to rest and recuperate. So I'm going to go hit legs tonight. And then Wednesday, we're flying out. Wednesday, I think about 12. We're flying to Texas. We'll be there Wednesday and train Wednesday and Thursday there and then get ready to go to battle.
I tell you what, man, I said to you, because your wife was DMing me after the prejudging on your phone yesterday.
Oh, she was.
Have a look. Have a read back. Have a read, because we were going back and forth. And she mentioned like the Rocky story. She said like the Rocky story,
yeah.
and I said I think he's got second. I think he's got Charles. I said I'm just absolutely. I said what a turnaround. I said from from that disappointment of Chicago, and then managing to just pull that physique together to look so good, to go from that to that. It's just. It's like I said, what a turnaround. It's a storyline.
Come from 11 and then come 2 weeks later and move up.
Incredible.
You know what I mean? But if you put the work in, I truly believe they would. IFBB will reward you for improvement. If you come, you fix what they ask you to fix, but you do it even better than what they ask you to do it, they're going to acknowledge you. And I think, and I pray and I hope that I am acknowledged now. And, I know now they're going to continue to look for the best to Phil, if not better. I know that for a fact. So we got to keep bringing it. I just don't want to be one of those pros that brings it, do very well for a few shows, make it to the Olympia, and then want to ride off of their names to win shows. That I do not like. I think that as a professional bodybuilder, you do your best to bring your best package every single time, okay? And if you win, kudos to you. But be honest to yourself and all the other competitors, because I will go up to anyone if I was to win a show and don't feel comfortable with it. This is just me, because I'm a very honorable man, and say, hey, listen, I may have got it today, but this was really you. And that's just how I think bodybuilding needs to get back to that. The 80s and the 90s, how they loved each other, they trained with each other. There was no anger, no animosity, none of that. Everybody, I think we should all love each other, and we could make changes in bodybuilding through bodybuilding with us as competitors. I truly believe that can happen. So I just think we need to just give each other the love, give each other the motivation. I know at the end of the day, we're battling, we're fighting, we're trying to provide for our family and win money. That I do understand, and I respect that. But at the end of the day, love is what counts. And we can't take anything with us when we're no longer here. So I just want, if possible, everybody, when they get on stage, show some love, man. Hug each other when the show is over. Appreciate each other, and just give each other motivation to keep pushing forward to do better.
Do you know what it sounds, especially these last couple of weeks, you took yourself to a level that possibly might not have been before, but now you know what it takes to get as good as you need to be to fulfill your potential. I think it happened with Ramy last year. I remember Chad Nichols saying, he says, Ramy had never been pushed to that level that we had to push him to get him how he needed to look to win the Olympia. And it sounds to me like you've taken it to a whole nother level this last couple of weeks, and now you know exactly what you need to do to really look your absolute best. So that's a good starting point, and to kind of improve and win shows and be in the Olympia and get good placings.
Yeah, that's our goal, man. My goal is, I only ask God for two things: to go pro. And one thing you look at too, who can anybody guess went pro at 44 years old?
Yeah, crazy.
In a top show and won the overall. I mean, if anybody could come up with that story and let me know, I don't think it's happened.
Yeah.
And I don't know any pro besides Dexter Jackson, okay, that is continue to make improvements in their late 40s.
Yeah.
I would love to see somebody give that answer, and sticking with these young, talented bodybuilders. So guess what? They always say it takes someone special to show something different.
Yeah.
I'm going to show something different. That age is just a number, and you're as young as you feel, and with hard work, dedication, and determination, all things is possible through Christ Jesus, and I'm going to show everybody. The tank is coming.
Drop the mic. Do you know what? Just drop the mic. Phil. I literally don't need to talk about anything else, because you've just said everything. It's absolutely amazing. I had to get you on for an update interview, because I said you were the shock of the show. I said this was no one. I mean, I was looking at all the prediction comments on the preview video, and you weren't a factor. No one was mentioning your name, and then all of a sudden you just swooped in, came in, pulled it together, and I honestly said it. I think you're going to inspire people to keep going, when they don't get the result they want.
Real quick, just what you just said, I didn't want them to see me coming. And me and Phil Bajjo, we sat down and we watched. Everything was directly towards, Griffin and Ian.
Yeah.
He said, we're going to go and rock and destroy their work. We're just going to stay quiet and go in there and show them.
Yeah.
So we showed them. Now we just got to keep showing them. So you're right. I came from out of nowhere. So I hope everybody knows now the Jamaican Tank. And I'm starting to see on social media, I appreciate all the love that's coming. People are saying, I don't even know where you came from. We never heard of you. But I hope everybody have heard of me now. I made a loud enough noise. And the Tank is coming. And I'm going to plow whatever I can plow down to get to this Olympia. I will get to the Olympia.
Phil, it's great to level up in any show, but when you do it in a high profile, one of the last qualifiers like this, it really is it's a good time to get people talking about you and get the spotlight on you. So yeah, I'm so excited to hear that you're doing Texas. I think that's Texas. Wow.
It's going
what a
down
show.
in Texas.
What a show. Wow, it's just going to be amazing. Cooklow, Ian, and I can't wait. Unfortunately, I'm going to be actually in Spain. I'm doing the live stream commentary for the Alicante show, the pro show.
Yes, there's 2 shows at the state. Yeah.
So, but I'll be catching up on the replays and everything when I get back, as soon as I get back. But I'll be watching closely, mate, to see how you guys are doing and rooting for you. And thank you so much for coming on Global Muscle, mate. And I just want
thank you.
I wanted to congratulate you because it was like, oh my God moment. You know, it really was. It was a real exciting.
I appreciate you guys. I appreciate Ron. Ron he's always had our back from day one.
Good.
So I appreciate you guys, man, and I won't let you down. We're going to continue to bring bigger and better packages and just keep it bodybuilding and keep it pretty. That's what I said. Keep it pretty. That's what we're trying to do.
Phil, keep pushing, mate, and all the best for Texas, and hopefully see you at the Olympia, mate.
All right, buddy. Take care.
Thank you so much, Phil.
All right.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, it is our hot news and shout out segment for episode 28, 108 of MD Global Muscle. Okay, our first shout out, hot news is Brooke Walker. Brooke, we had on the Women's Physique Pro, we had on, what was it, a couple of months ago, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, about 6 weeks. Well, we had her on recently, and I've been hyping this girl for a lady for a good couple of years now, because I think she's absolutely fantastic. And the good news is because got to get her name because her Instagram is Walker Brooke, but her name's Brooke Walker. Do you remember when I had her on the show and I called her Walker? So, sorry, your name's Brooke, not Walker. It's like calling me Thomas. Skywalker. So yes, but she Brooke won the won the Phoenix, won her first pro show yesterday, and she's now going through to Olympia because Brooke had so many second places. We were laughing about it on the show, and she was saying, I keep getting second places. But finally, she's won a show now. As you can see from the quads there, that was her kind of the thing that was holding her back. She wasn't really able to achieve that real kind of dry conditioning that the women's physique category really demands, really, if you want to win shows. But by the looks of it, she's finally got the formula right, and she has nailed it. So I'm so happy for her. I think honestly, I think she could be the next Juliana Manican. I mean, look at the shape. I think she's got a beautiful shape, lovely symmetry. And as you can see, here's a woman who is, how can I put this? Super fantastic, yes. But, well, she's doing it right. How can I put this? Well, she's not smashing the gear, basically. I mean, I hate to say it, but, I mean, we kind of spoke about it a little bit on the episode, but, you know, here's a woman that is achieving, you know, a contest-winning physique and achieving very, very good conditioning. And look at the femininity. She's one of the ones who's really getting it right. So I'm really rooting for Brooke. I'm rooting for Brooke for the Olympia, because I believe she's got the potential to be top 5. I think she's absolutely amazing. Like I said, her shape and her X-frame and her kind of the frontal bicep. If you squint it, just you know, you could be forgiven for seeing the similarities between her and 4-time Olympia champion Juliana Manican. But I think she's awesome. I really do. I think she's got huge potential. And finally, she's won a pro show. And Brooke is going to, look at that shape, wonderful shape. I mean, that's such a great example of women's physique. I would love to see Brooke get a top 5 Olympia placing. I really would. Look at that shit. Look at the structure. I mean, she'd have been Miss Olympia 25, 30 years ago. But, do you know what I mean? That's basically what women's physique was brought back. They wanted to take female bodybuilding back to a time when they looked like that, basically, when it was more about symmetry and and proportion and kind of femininity before it kind of got a little bit out of hand. But although I'm really happy that women's bodybuilding is back now, because we're seeing some really, I mean, Andrea Shaw, what a fantastic female bodybuilder she is, and Miss Olympia. So yeah, some really buzzing for Brooke. I think we have to get her back on, because like I said, I think it was probably about 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago, I was, when she was relatively unknown, when I was really hyping Brooke. But I mean, it doesn't take a genius to see that this woman has incredible potential. So when I woke up to the news this morning that she'd won her first pro show, I was absolutely over the moon. So Brooke Walker, yeah. So I also go and check out the episode. Yeah, it was only about 3 or 4 weeks ago, wasn't it? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right, Colin. Right, okay then, let's go to our next one. I'm going to go to Sulio's again, because he's really hot on the updates. Fitness page, fantastic fitness page, good guy. So here we go. I'm not going to go to these pictures. I'm not keen on these pictures. Who do you want to go to first? Oh, actually, Les Brooke. Look at that. Oh, wow. See the conditioning. See? That conditioning was not there in her legs before, but she's kept it. She's retained that shape. Look at that beautiful X frame. Really good. So that's the top two. This woman's good as well. Look at her quads. Wow. Okay. So anyway, back to Sulio's. Let's have a look. I don't want to go through too much of the. Let's go too far back. Right, okay, let's go to let's go to Clahar. Also in this episode. Well, obviously we saw last episode, and you saw the the Tampa Pro preview I did with Ron Harris. We were really rooting for Phil Clahar to do well at this show, because he took third call at 11th place at the Chicago Pro. And he really pulled it around. I was messaging his wife. His wife was messaging me on Phil's Instagram last night before we set his interview up, and just before the night show. And I said, I think he's got second, and she was hoping he'd win, but I said, I think he's got Charles Griffin, and Charles Griffin is looking absolutely tremendous at the moment. So I mean, look at that. He brought it down to about 260. So when you think about it, he came down to 260. He's huge, fantastic back. I mean, I said on the MD forum, I said his back shots look like his back separation looked like he'd been carved with a Rambo knife. So absolutely fantastic result there. Ooh, okay, get off that. Right, I'm going to go to this guy in a bit, because Yes, I have brought his. Yeah, that's the next one up. So also, very happy to see Seung Chul Lee in the top 6. He got 6th place. It's funny because I saw a hotel room video before, and he looked really flat. He looked soft, and everyone was going, "Oh, look, he's blown it." And I mean, what he brought to the stage when he was tanned up, pumped up, filled out, dried out, all these things that play a factor, under the good lighting. This is what he brought. Yes, he still needs to bring his back up. Yes. Actually, somebody said about his colour. That was at the Olympia. They said his colour was too kind of yellow. But I think his colour looks really good there. Look at his quads. His quads are huge. But here's a guy, front and side, tremendous. But I think like Dorian Hayward, he needs to work on his back, and he needs to work on his conditioning. Like I said, he's finally getting the colour right there. But what a beautiful physique. Look at that. I mean, he's not missing anything there. Just that little bit. Just needs to get that bit crisper. But top 6 in a show like this, I mean, that's a big deal. See, yeah, this needs to come in. I mean, he looks 2 weeks out there. I wonder if he's going to Texas. Is he?
Would be nice, because he's still in the US, isn't he?
Yeah, if he's still in the USA, I bet he took. Do you know what? I bet he goes to Texas. I bet we Seung Chul Lee, who we also had on MD Glow Muscle with his translator. We never shy away from the guys that don't speak English. We're not like those other pussy media outlets. Ooh, did I say that? Sorry. Oh, sorry. Did I say that? Sorry, I forgot myself there for a minute. It's true though. They stay away from Go because they don't speak English. We'll get a freaking translator on then. All these guys deserve publicity. Oh, I'm gonna get my soup box. Oh, I'm getting a headache now. Oh God. Too much green tea.
Calm down, yeah.
Calm down. I get excited. Right. Okay. And the next one we're gonna go to is. I mean. Okay. Right. Now, I know it's like Ian Valier. We must have had Valier in the Hot News segment half a dozen times in the last few months, because I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. But I tell you what, I know we've brought him up several times, but look at what Derek Lunsford. Which one do you want to see? First or second one?
The video.
Which one? That one?
When he walks on.
That one. Okay, it's the most recent one. It's from a guest posing at 9 weeks out. Look at that. Okay, do we need sound? Let's get some sound. Look at that! Holy shit! I'll tell you what. It takes a lot to get a holy shit out of me. I mean, I can't believe what Derek Lunsford has done this year. I just can't believe it. I mean, look, his glutes and his hams are in now, and he's 9 weeks out, and I just can't believe what I'm seeing. He looks unbelievable. Is he wasting his time doing 212? I don't think he's going to retain that if he drops down to 212. I think he's going to look... I mean, look at that. That looks like Ramy. That looks like a mini Ramy. Yeah. Doesn't it? If you look... And he's actually got better calves now. Because when Derek, in 2017, when he turned pro on the NPC USA, a week later, he won Tampa 212. Then he took 5th place at his first Olympia in 2017. Won Rookie of the Year. He lacked size in the legs, the calves. But I can't pick a fault with him now. He's just a monster. Honestly, I'm speechless. I mean, and this isn't the first time we've had him on. I mean, look at that. The waist is small. He's hitting vacuums. I can't even criticize his calves anymore. He looks, and what is he? Still under 30? I think he's still, I mean, that. Look at that. I've got to bring this up. Wow. No, I just want to see more videos of this. I mean, look, his legs are like Tom Platts. Do you know what? I'm dying to know. Oh, it's just from a different angle. NPC Knox Classic. This, I wonder what he weighs. I want to see him do at least one open show in the next year. And you know what? If he can retain 85% of that size and still gets into the 212, I'm telling you, Sean Clarida and Kamal, George Peterson, they are all in trouble. They're all in trouble. Keon, he'll beat Keon.
Yeah,
do you know what? I think he'll beat Keon.
Let's read the comments.
What's that? Holy shit, no games are being played. Okay. Oh, shit. Henny Rambod, enjoy your burger. Tomorrow it's back to work. I tell you what, fair play to Hanny. I mean, what he's done, I don't know. I'd love to know what he's done to bring about these improvements in such a short space of time. Derek Lunsford, commenting himself. Sergio Oliva, freaking incredible. That's cool. Brion, look at that. Everyone is just blown away by him. Oh, I can't do this thing. Milos Sarcev, ridiculous. You look easily 30 pounds over the 212 limit. Just massive, thick, wide. And, you know, if you get that kind of compliment from Milos, you know, I mean, look at that. How can you even get glutes that ripped this far out? I just hope he nails it. I hope he nails it because I hate to say it, but he's never actually really nailed it at the Olympia. And he's been second twice. In 2018, 2019, he was second place. Second in 2018 to Flex Lewis. 2019, he was second to Kamal. And last year, he dropped to 4th. And I mean, it's clearly just completely lit a fire under his ass. And I'm just so excited to see. Look at that. I mean, this shot I saw as well. I mean, pick a fault with that. Seriously. Look at that. Looks like He-Man. Did he? Or Captain America. No, too big for Captain America.
No, how Captain America should look.
A Captain America should look with triple the super serum.
It's like Homestead and...
with 500 mg of the super serum 3 times a week. That's amazing. Well, I could just look at this account all day because I just hope and I pray that he retains, like I said, even 85% of that impressiveness. Because if he does, then I think he's a threat for the Olympia title this year. I really, really do. And to be honest, I like I said to Ron Harris about the William Bonac, because in 2012, William Bonac was a 212. And then he went straight into the Open, was kind of starting at the back of the pack, and obviously, you know, worked up to 2nd and 3rd place. 2-time Arnold Classic champion, 2nd in the Olympia, 3rd in the Olympia, dropped down to 5th last year. But, you know, it's the top 5, top 3 Olympia guy that I think Derek Lunsford could... Derek Lunsford versus Hunter in the Open. I'm going Derek. Yeah. Derek, in condition, would beat Hunter.
You think?
Yep. Sorry, I'm going to get some hate for that. Do you know what, though? Just so cool, because I remember I was there when, actually at the Tampa, I was there when he did his first pro show in 2017, a week after turning pro at the NPC USA. And he's just, I don't think he was 25 years old then, so he's only like, we must be like 28 max now. Do you know what? I think his destiny, he could be like a George Peterson. He could be doing well as a 212 and as an open. I see it. He's too good. It's just teaming up with Hani Rambod. They've made absolute magic together. Right, okay then. I'm going to quickly dart into the NPC European page, the Alicante Pro, which is held, well, by the time you watch this, it'll be this weekend. We're filming this on a Sunday, but this is going to be next Sunday. And I'm actually doing the live stream commentary. So I just, they're I'm heavily involved with the event. So I really, really want to give them as much. They are like, I look so much better with a tan. Oh, do you think I look a bit red today? Pink. I'm not pink. I had a sunbed because I want to look good.
You toasty down.
I burnt myself a bit, actually. I had triple sunbed yesterday after training legs. And the thing is, have you tried doing a stand-up sunbed after you've trained legs?
No,
you're like Bambi on ice. You're like falling all over the place. Oh my God. It took me about 20 minutes to get changed. And then I had to walk down 2 flights of stairs. Like you have to walk down sideways, holding onto the rail. Anyway, back to the Europe Pro. So if you log on and you get the live stream, you'll hear my voice in your head. Yay. And so I just want to give those guys a shout out. We've got Gabriel Opar. I don't know this guy, but yeah, I've seen he's been emceeing a few shows. I think I'm assuming because last year, the Alicante Pro in November, they had Billy Garnon, your host Billy. And I'm assuming it's because he's in Dubai. I'm assuming there's some sort of travel restriction. Yeah. Because Billy did a fantastic job last year, and I can't see why they wouldn't use him again. So, but this guy's been interesting. Nice to meet new people, new faces. But as you can see, the show is going to be absolutely stacked. And of course, we're all looking forward to the Ruli versus Nathan Diasha. Because the top 2 qualify for the Olympia, this year's Olympia. I think I'd be very surprised if those 2 didn't get through. I'd be surprised if that wasn't 1 and 2.
Nathan will get in.
Nathan. Yeah. Do you think Nathan will beat Rowley?
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean, oh, yeah? Rowley? Hey, mate, I tell you what. You watch Rowley. He'll look markedly better than he did Chicago. I think I expected him to be a little bit, because I know how much he stresses, and I know he pushes things too hard. And like Milos said in the last episode 27, MD Globe Muscle, I think they might have pushed the diuretics and some other things. Like I said, we're just speculating, but that's what we think. But I think you're going to see more like the old Ruli for this event. So I can imagine I'm going to be going crazy on the live stream. So I'm just giving you fair warning here, because when those guys are called out with each other, with Tim Buddersheim and Vlad. Do you think Vlad could win it?
Top 3.
Top 3. Yeah, I think Vlad could be top 3. Top 3, 25 years old, though. Isn't that incredible?
Posing really good as well.
What?
Yes, working his posing. Yeah,
I'm going to bully him this week. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set him homework. I'm going to say to him, go watch Lee Haney at the 1991 Olympia, watch Dorian Yates and the prejudging for the 1993 Olympia, and watch how those guys hit their compulsories. The big guys need to pose with a certain grandeur. They need to, like the way Lee Haney, go and watch it, 91 Olympia, watch Lee Haney, the way he hits poses, and that's how a big guy hits poses. I mean, it's hard to put into words, really. So anyway, so next week, the next episode 29, it's going to come out a few days later. I think we're going to release it on the Friday, because when I would normally film this, I'm actually going to be in Alicante. So we're going to film literally the day after I get back. So so give these guys a follow and make sure you check on the live stream. Cameras are not allowed in the show. Giles is. Live streaming, last 50 streamings with discount by today, save money. Streaming, and you know what? I think they do the best streaming in the industry. I think they're better than the Americans.
Better than the Olympia.
The Romania, Alicante, Portugal, better than all the American streamers. Oh no, the Olympia was really good. Honestly, the quality of they had like backstage interviews, and this is all live. So anyway, give them a follow. Check on everything. So that's next Sunday. So I'm really excited, as you can imagine. All my flights are all booked. So can't wait to see Ruli again up there and see everyone going bananas. Right, the next one is, actually, this guy is doing the Alicante Pro. He won Portugal. This is, it doesn't put his name, does it? I said his name last episode, but he's on Instagram as Madelman. This is the classic winner from Portugal. What's his name? Oh, it doesn't put his name. It's really annoying when you look in their bio and they don't even put remember RPG. God, that was annoying. That was annoying. I wonder what he's up to, actually. Did you see the video he posted in the suit? God, he looked cool. I told him as well. I said, mate, when you see a bodybuilder like you in a really cool tailored suit, there is nothing cool, unless it's a Batman costume, there is nothing cooler than that.
What is it with you and dressing up as Batman?
I like to dress up as Batman. No, I've never actually dressed up as Batman. That's something to consider for the future. Yeah. Right, okay, but this guy, he has to be the favourite for the... he beat Wesley Vissers.
Oh, did he?
And Wesley looked tremendous. Wesley was third. And this... I can't remember his name. Oh, was it? I'll just be guessing. Just make it up. Yes, but yeah, check out Middleman. What nationality is he? Is he Brazilian or... I don't know. Yeah, so are you yawning a bit tired there, mate? Am I keeping you up?
Yesterday.
Oh, yeah, because you... Yes, Carlene was at the Fit Expo yesterday. How was it?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Okay, well, we'll catch up on that next episode because I know you got loads of video and photos, and thank you for attending and supporting Darren Nally, organised the Fit Expo. Fantastic new expo to replace the Body Power Expo that hasn't been held for the last couple of years. So in Liverpool, by all, it was a huge success. So we'll really cover that in the next episode. But that's not a good picture to freeze it on. Yeah, let's have a look at his physique. Ah! That was noisy. Sorry about that. It's bloody TikTok. I hate TikTok. Look at his socks. Yeah, that's it. Look at his quads. I mean, that's the argument again. Is he really classic? I mean, if you showed me a picture of that guy and I didn't know he was, I'd say, oh, he's a 212. But, at the end of the day, he's winning 212s. Sorry. He's winning classic shows. And, so they've, yeah, that's it. That was Portugal, wasn't it? Yeah, he won Portugal. Yeah, nice physique. Oh, he's dry, isn't he? Look at the condition there. Fantastic. God, got a real headache today. Oh, too much red wine last night. Watching Justice League, Snyder Cut. You've not watched it, have you? Oh, it's so good. The other one was shit. Right, okay. So give Middleman a follow, and I'm really excited to see if he can get a second win as he goes into the 2021 Olympia. Okay, we're going to go to Shelby Starnes next. I've been in contact a lot with Shelby recently. He keeps me up to date with all his incredible athletes. He was really, in the last few weeks, I was getting a lot of pictures of this lady, Mona, MP Catch. This was the lady, and I saw the pictures, and I said she looks better than the female bodybuilder that won a certain contest a few weeks ago. And I said it'll take somebody good to beat her, and she actually won her pro debut. So congratulations to Mona. I think I have messaged Mona. We have spoken back and forth, and we are going to get her on for next episode. So spoiler alert. But yeah, look at the condition. Incredible. Lovely. What a lovely physique. Lovely shape. Yeah. How does Shelby do it, man? There she is here with one of our favourites, Isabel Terrell. We love Isabel. Do you know what I like about Isabel? She's so complimentary when she speaks to the ladies and everyone, and she really makes him feel special. And I like that. She's cool. Look at her outfit. Look at those tights. Such a big girl. My God. I want to do a bench press contest with her.
Yeah,
she'd kick my ass.
bench press you.
Oh my God. Don't be rude now. Yeah, so here we are. Can we get a bit of sound on this? How long did it take you to get like that? Come on, Isabel.
It was very hardcore with me, but it was fun. It was
okay. Oh, she's American. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, yeah. So here, yeah, there's Mona. He sent me these shots actually. Did he? Or am I making that up? Okay. Yeah. Look at the condition. Look at that. I tell you what. Mona should do very well at the Olympia. Do you know what, though? There's a lot of ladies I've been saying they're going to do well at the Olympia. They're going to do well at the Miss Olympia in the female bodybuilding because there's so many new faces coming through. It's exciting, isn't it? Who do you rate? Who's your favourite at the moment? Who do you think is going to be the one that could shock everyone?
Apart from the winners already.
Well, no, including. All the ones you've seen. You had, what's the name who won Portugal? We had her on. Completely forgotten her name. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? Prick this. That's a weird Instagram name. Yeah, and then there was we had Sheena. We had oh my God, mine's gone blank. Sorry, just eaten. Terrible excuse. Yeah, but who's your favorite? Who'd you really rate? Come on, mate. Oh, come on. You're going to have to come back to me. I'm going to come back to you on this while I'm doing the rest of the shout-outs. So what's this one? Oh, Walt Whitman photo, because he does amazing contest photos. And sometimes when you're looking at all these poor quality pictures, sometimes when you actually see, well, not sometimes, a lot of the time, you get to see the photos, the high-quality photos, then you really see what was going on. It's like Ian Valliere, last year's New York Pro, looking at cell phone pictures and low-quality video. I had him 5th. But he won. And then if you look at the episode after that one, I remember I had the high resolution images and the pose down footage, and straight away you can see my reaction. I'm really shocked. So yeah, sometimes I think we all make judgments based upon what we see on our news, on our Instagram feed, and sometimes you realize that it is a bit of a biff, either being there or seeing high quality photos. You can see what's really going on, you know. So which that's a cool photo. Phil Clahar, 47. 47. Tell you what, he was the shock of the show. I was hoping for top 5, and he nearly won it. He nearly won it. And that's Ian Valliere at 260, up 8 pounds to the Olympia last year, and he was the favourite going in. Oh, that's a nice picture. That's Ian and Melissa Bumstead. That's Chris Bumstead's sister. Yeah, they're married. You can see the striations in his ass. Yeah, I'm not going to do a Laura Lee and tell him his ass is too big as well. I feel so bad for that. Yeah, I bet you. Do you think she's going to forgive me? She's going to have a go at you first. I didn't. God, I feel like I'm. She's going to give you the look. No. All I said was, our glutes are like wellness now. And she said, no, not even close. So I'm hoping, Laura Lee, we love you. And I didn't mean it as a criticism. I just made an observation. I said, your glutes are bigger than the typical bikini girl. You look great. I thought you should have won Chicago. You looked amazing. I still think you could win the Olympia this year. Please forgive me, please. So she is, yeah. I'm probably going to get a punch. So she's very tall, Laura Lee. She said the 6 foot. No. I mean, she's like 5'8", probably in. Wow, that is really tall. Yeah, in heels or whatever. I mean, she wasn't. When I met her at the Olympia a couple of years ago at the gala dinner, I couldn't believe how tall she was. And I said, "You're taller than I thought." And she says, "You're taller than I thought, Giles." So that's my little Laura Lee anecdote. I think I've used that one about 40 times now. Yeah. Well, there's not much. Yeah. Do you know what? They didn't give him a very good seat, did they? No, there's a lot of wonky. I don't like these angles. They're not really. It's not a diss, obviously, because his photos are still absolutely incredible. There we are. There's Kerrith Bajjo we had on the episode, early this episode. Yeah, fantastic. He's absolutely over the moon. Yeah, nice to see these new guys coming through and really rising up. And he won a very, very good category there with very good competitors. So, anything else you want to see on here? No, there's not much, is there, really? Yeah, let's just go on. Let's go on to the next one. Oh, that's blank. Okay, the next one is Tim Buddersheim. Now, one of the reasons I want to give Tim Buddersheim a shout out is was it on either the preview? No, actually, I think it was this hot news segment in this episode, last episode, and I was talking about front runners for the first call out for the Alicante NPC European Pro, and the one name I couldn't remember was Tim's, and I feel like I'd be very shocked if Tim wasn't in the top 5, possibly even the top 3. Here's a guy that could. I mean, he beat Vlad. He beat Vlad in Portugal. Did he? Yeah, he beat Vlad in Portugal. He was 3rd. Vlad was 4th. So, sorry, Tim was 2nd. Yeah, Tim was 2nd in Portugal. Was he 2nd or 3rd? Yeah, but he beat Vlad anyway. So, I mean, here's a guy that people do not talk about. And I'm telling you, as I said to Ron Harris in the intro, he was 4th at the San Marino in 2017, one day after turning pro. And, I mean, his condition for that was absolutely sensational. Could have beat Brandon Curry in that contest. I know Brandon was a little bit off from winning the Ferrigno Classic the week before. But, I mean, here's a guy that people should really be talking about as a factor for... I mean, he was top 3 in Portugal, but he's still not in the kind of condition I've seen him in at the 2017 San Marino. So if from Portugal to Alicante he has sharpened up considerably, could he beat Nathan O'Reilly?
Nathan's very hard to beat, though.
Nathan, well, yeah, but Nathan's he's prepped very quickly.
Yeah.
And I know he doesn't take a long time to prep, but yeah, Tim, man, very underrated. Very underrated. So, yeah, fantastic. Here we are. Good side chest there. Yeah, awesome. Awesome. You on your phone? Oh, you're off your phone. So, okay, next shout out is Julia Ferre. God, we had her on, what was it, season? Season 1? No, sorry, season 2. Back in the good old days. oh, PTSD from the... Please, I want to go and delete those episodes because we just didn't have a clue what we were doing. It took it, but you know what? MD supported us and we figured it out, and now we're producing beautiful episodes. So, but yeah, it was really nice to see, nice to follow up with these athletes we've had on, you know, a couple of years ago, and just to see them. Was this a pro debut?
I don't know.
I think this was certainly.
She didn't compete last year.
Yeah, you're right. This was 2019. She didn't compete 2020. So now, yeah, this must be a pro debut. Julia Frey, where's she from? Is it Switzerland she's from? Sweden?
Sweden, but she lives in Germany.
Sweden, but she lives in Germany. Oh, wow. See, good. You're very clued up on the female bodybuilding. You're a big asset.
She talks to me a lot.
Oh, did she?
Yes, and memes.
I haven't spoke to Julia for ages. I remember I had a conversation with her about superhero stuff, and I sent her some pictures of all the artwork in my house. And that was about a year and a half ago now. She's prepped by Brandon Ray. Brandon Ray, you know what this means to me for teaching me the art? Or is he helping with her posing? Oh, yeah, that's her coach, Brandon Ray. Yeah, very good open 212. Let me just quickly click on his profile. Yeah, so he's prepping people now. He was a good pro, you know. Very good pro, Brandon Ray. Anyway, let's go back to quickly. Let's focus on Julia, because Julia took 4th place at the Tampa Pro in the ladies bodybuilding, and she looks sensational. Where's this? I was very impressed with her side poses, like a side chest and everything else. Yeah, she hasn't posted much.
No, she kept it secret.
She's such a badass, isn't she? I like her look, actually. She's got that kind of bumhole. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay.
Alright, come on.
Yeah, we'll scroll up. I think we need to scroll up, get more to contest pictures. We like to keep it PG-13 here. Here we go. Yeah, what a lovely shape. I didn't really know what she looked like on stage. We just saw stuff off Instagram, and you saw these big shoulders, but she's got a lovely, lovely shape. Probably needs to work on the condition a little bit if she wants to step up into the top 3. But yeah, what a fantastic pro debut there. There's Mona. That's I forgot this lady's name. Shanine, is it Lenine? Lenine. She was impressive. She was 3rd. Okay, I like her physique actually. And this lady was Hunter Henderson, is it? Fantastic lower lats. Very, very great detail.
The one on the far left.
Fun left. That was the lady who did Chicago, wasn't it? With the big shoulders. I don't have the name, sorry. Here, but yeah, what a fantastic top 4 man at Tampa Pro. That's impressive. Right, okay, but it was nice to follow up. So I just wanted to congratulate Julia. So it was great to see her up there finally, you know, making a pro debut, and she must be absolutely thrilled that we're 4th place. I wonder if she's going to Texas. Is there female bodybuilding at Texas?
I haven't checked.
Okay. Right, okay. Our next one is Charles Griffin. Right, okay. Now, Charles was absolutely blowing minds in the lead up. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at the condition. I mean, that's the stripiest chest I've ever seen.
It looks like an old game character.
It looks like what?
Artificial muscle.
I can't. What does it look like?
It looks like artificial muscle.
Artificial muscle, yeah. Well, look at that. That's proper diet face. Look at that. Now, that is a guy who has got his eyes on the prize. But love Charles, top guy. And I actually asked him if he was doing Texas next week. And just put a video on, shall we? And he said, no, he's shutting it down now until early next year. Look at that. Wow, that's the shot I like. I like these forearm things. I used to have those forearm rods when last couple of weeks. They used to pop right out. Funnily enough, I'll tell you a funny story. I took IGF once. And within 2 or 3 days of taking this IGF, my forearm, these bits on my forearm started jutting out. They looked like plastic. It was so weird. That was 2005, that was. Yeah.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, but Charles, for me, delivered. I thought he looked absolutely tremendous. He was really improved. Let's watch some video. You've got to watch this guy in action. Absolutely incredible. Come on, load up. Come on, internet. No, don't want to play. No. Okie dokie. Right, bollocks, you know. Right, okay. And yes, so Charles took third at the Tampa Pro in the Open. I couldn't believe how wide he was. He's so wide. I think huge improvements. I don't know how much heavier he was. First time he's back on stage in 2 years. 2018 had a very good 2018. 2019 wasn't so great. 2020 took off, and now he's back. But this is his one and only showing of 2021. Would have been kind of cool if Charles could have got over to Spain.
Yeah.
You know? And what would he have done, what we had achieved by doing Texas? Because would he have beat Ian Valliere, Steve Cooklow, Shaban? No, I think Shaban's doing it. Shaban's locked in now. He's got he's top. He's got his place through to the Olympia now. On points, so must be very, very hard to do all those shows after shows after shows. But yeah, look at that. Look at the muscularity. What a freak. Wow, look at that thickness. Imagine walking past that in the gym. You'd shit yourself. You wouldn't you? You're like, whoa. Absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, fantastic to see you back, Charles. Really, really happy to see you back up there, mate. You know, you made improvements, you did your job, and you came bloody close. It's a shame he doesn't get another opportunity to do the Olympia, but I do believe he will be back even bigger and better next year. Oh, let's play. And look at that. Look at the back. That looks fake, doesn't it? It's not. It's a video.
Was that one of those padded suits?
Padded suits. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Like one of the Miss Incredible ones.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah, so yeah, it was so great to see him back, and fantastic job there by Matt Jansen. Matt Jansen, tell you what, he's done an absolutely incredible job. He preps Sean Clarida, Brett Swanson, Wilkin, and Charles Griffin. Who else does Matt work with? Gemma. Oh yeah, Gemma Lancaster from UK. Yeah. I wonder when she's competing. She's just trolling around on TikTok, isn't she? Fucking around on TikTok all day, doing silly, annoying videos from the gym. So I love you, Gemma. I got to show you this. I just love this. This is so cool. Look at that. Wow. Look at his shoulders. Size. Do you know what? It's a pretty good place to be in when your rear delts are striated. I mean, look at that. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, just like I said, I keep saying it, but it was so good to see Charles back. He's such a cool guy. Such a cool guy. Right, okay then, guys. I'm going to go to our very last shout out, and it is MD Global Muscle. This is our Instagram page. Give us a follow. We only got 5,500. None of them are bought. And yeah, obviously, but there was a reason. Yeah, well, 2 reasons. I want to show you this picture of Vlad. This, of course, windy out. We've actually left the studio door open today because it was getting a bit hot. But look at Vlad. Do you think he could beat Ruli? Do you think he could beat Nathan? I keep asking because I want to really push you on this.
See, if Ruli gets something magical, then no.
But hang on. Imagine Ruli in that condition.
Oh, then Ruli.
Imagine Ruli full as a house in that condition. That's Mr. Olympia.
Yeah.
Isn't it? That's Mr. Olympia. See, it's just... Who?
Rami.
Rowley.
Yeah.
You don't think Rowley's beaten Rami? Well, I don't think he might. He might not even get to the Olympia this year. Could you imagine Rowley Winkler not getting to the Olympia? And there's no way they could give him an invite. If he came 5th in Chicago, there would be hell if he got an invite. Oh, well, this is the picture I posted. Yeah, just to see what an amazing, and that's not even the top 4, because. Jason Lowe on the left here was 6th place. He was 9th in Chicago. It looked a lot better here. I was very impressed, actually. I thought I had him I would have had him fourth. I would have had him fourth place. But yeah, Ahmed Wadani, who we'd had on with Shaban 2 episodes ago, came very, very close to winning this. Dektrick, I believe, obviously he was the favourite going in. I think he's going to Texas, but if he can just get that 2 or 3% sharper, thing is he's going to be going up against Ahmed again. So yeah, so it's going to be Ahmed versus Dektrick at Texas in the 212.
Well, from this picture, it looks like Dektrick needs a little bit more biceps.
Biceps? Maybe it's just he's not fully hitting the pose or rotating his shoulders forward, but sorry, elbows forward. But to be honest, it's going to be sad that one of those guys is not going to get to the Olympia unless he I don't know how the point standing works at the moment, but I'd be very disappointed to think if, you know, Dektrick or Ahmed was not in the Olympia. Like the vacuum's cool, isn't it?
I like his vacuum.
Tell you what, Dektrick really blew me away when he came on stage.
When people have the vacuums, it reminds me of the 70s bodybuilders.
The 70s body, yeah, it does. Yeah, well, that's kind of why they kind of came more in vogue. I think with the classic thing coming through, and then the open and 212 guys. You know, it's kind of like a fashionable thing to be able to do, and I think it helps control abdominal, to keeps the waist small. Is that right? Because to practice a vacuum, it keeps your waist and your core and your everything tight.
Milos says he does it everywhere he goes.
Oh, does he?
Yeah,
Milos does it. Oh, cool. That's cool. Okay. The reason I wanted to show you was this picture here. Sorry, bro. Elevator's full. This is Ruli and Vlad training together out in Kuwait, I'm assuming, at Oxygen, because they're both Oxygen gym crew members. But that's Vlad, 25 years old, and there's Ruli. I tell you what, we got Vlad, we've got Nathan, we've got Ruli, Tim Buddersheim, Theo, and I believe Andrea Muzzi from Italy. There's your top 5. No one's cracking that. There's no one in that show that I know of that could potentially beat those guys if all those guys are on. That will be the top 5. I'm calling it now.
So they'll be fighting out.
Yeah, and do you know what? You got Vlad, whose condition will be superior to Nathan and Ruli, but then Ruli and Nathan kind of have the superior physiques. Ruli, is he going to look better than Chicago? Is he going to look more like the old Ruli? Because if he's 85% of what he was in, say, 2018, game over. Well, even I don't know. Nathan could still beat him. I think Vlad. I'm really excited to see the kind of second level guys, the newer guys, the lesser known guys like Tim Buddersheim and Vlad and Theo going up against the heavy hitters, because the only way that Nathan or Ruli are not going to be in the top 2 is if they completely blow their condition. And I don't see that happening, because Ruli looked pretty good condition, very good condition actually at Chicago, but it's whether, I don't know. Yeah, okay, well. Yep, anything else you want to see on our page? There you go. Yeah, anyway, that's just, well, more of us.
Stick that face on all the bodybuilders on the
what?
5 on there.
Which one?
So cut that face out.
That one.
Of yours, yeah.
Okay, right, okay. Also, very, very fantastic thumbnail this week, because Carly, our producer, also does these unbelievable, they are.
I finally found some decent pictures.
Yeah.
They're low quality, all the...
Yeah, I know. You got to find what you can find, really. Yeah, really. I always like waking up on a Wednesday morning to see Carlene's thumbnail. Send it by email and then we upload it. But yeah, fantastic job. Helps because we had a highest viewed last episode of Global Muscle, and the feedback was unbelievable. So thank you very much. We really appreciate that. Right, okay then, guys. That is the end of episode 28 of MD Global Muscle. So next week, episode 29 will be 2 days. We're planning to release it on a Friday instead of a Wednesday, because myself and me, myself and I. Enough about me. Let's talk about me. Well, I will be at the Alicante, the NPC European Pro, doing the live stream coverage. So obviously we'll be fresh from that and full of and pumped and excited, and reporting on everything that's happened at that show. Sorry?
Have you had your jabs?
My jabs?
Your second jabs?
My jabs. What, test or Deca? Yeah, I've had those. I've had my jabs. Oh, you mean vaccine? Yeah, I've had my vaccine. Double vaxxed. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to travel. I'd have to bloody quarantine like I did the other week when I came back from Cyprus. Oh my God, that drove me mental. Quarantining. Yeah, guy came to my door and he started laughing because I couldn't leave the house. They check up on you to make sure you're home. And he says, just checking on you because you can't leave the house. Ha ha ha. I was like, oh, cheers, mate. Thanks. And then so I was like, yeah, thanks. Yeah, bastard. So, right. Okay, then, guys. Thank you for watching this episode, this Tampa Pro special. And always, we appreciate the support and obviously all the comments, all the likes, all the views. And ladies and gentlemen, MD Glow Muscle, we are out.